around wealth. I don't think y'all hear me. You have to wrap your mind. If you're not careful, you'll get so caught up in your day-to-day. Every now and then, you need to put on clothes like this just so you can keep your mind wrapped around money. Now, Katrina, you got to admit it makes you feel different.
Of course it does.
You
And it's
gotta
great
make
that you
you feel like
can
you
be
can
able to. So this
girl.
is one of those events, when you're talking about stepping out in the red carpet, this is how you're supposed to look. A lot of people don't dress like this no more.
The celebrities do the ones with money, they still dress like
Well,
that.
that's what I'm talking
When
about.
it's
I
the
like to look
see,
about money so I can get some money. How about that?
see now, y'all, it's the difference. It's the difference between dressing up and then dressing up broke. But Gary, you did that thing tonight.
Thank you very much. I
What you
appreciate it.
guys don't realize is that when you show up looking like money, you attract money to you. Are y'all listening to me? Money does not want to be around you. I told you guys there's this book I'm reading called The Alchemy of Money. And it talks about what draws money to you. If you treat money like a friend, if you treat money like a boo. Now, if you show up, Katrina, to go on a date with any man looking like that, he gonna be happy to have you on his arm because you look like money.
Thank you.
You gotta show up looking like
Like
money.
money.
A client don't want to do business with you if you don't show up looking like money. Nobody wants to be around you if you don't show up looking like money. But tonight I want to talk to you about wrapping your mind around wealth. From going from $100,000 a year to $100,000 sometimes in a month to $100,000 in a day. And what does that process even look like to know that you are worthy to make that much money? And to know not only do people make that much money, but they make way, way, way beyond that, right? And you just got to get in where you fit in. And that's one of the reasons we're having this wealth summit. And if you haven't already gotten your $10 ticket, which is worth millions of dollars in mindset, it's worth millions of dollars in connections, it's worth millions of dollars in if they can do it, I can do it too. Go to www.blackgirlprofits.com. Use the code all capitals SAVE10 to be able to get in the room during this amazing event because you don't want to miss a thing. And if you do, you want to make sure you catch them replays at the end. But this whole entire event is about wrapping your mind around what you should have, wrapping your mind around what should be in your bank account, and being honest, being brutally honest with yourself about why it's not there. Now come on, now let's just talk about it real quick. I talked to somebody today, and she said, I want you to help me automate my businesses. She had about 10 different multi-level marketing companies, and she wasn't working any of them. She was just in them. So let me explain something to you guys about automation. You can't automate what you're not working. Okay? In order for you to automate something, you got to first be working it. Then comes the auto. So I'm looking at these people and I'm like, how can you imagine? Hey, Miss Joanne, thank you for sharing. Thank you, Rose, for sharing. How can you imagine trying to automate something that you've never made a dime doing? So she said, I'm going to give you this list of all these things I do. I said, okay, great. I said, and after each one, I'm going to ask you one simple question. Y'all know what the question is, right? Katrina, what you think I'm going to ask after each one?
I don't want to say, but it is all about, like you say, about money. So, what are you going to do that? What are you going to do to change that? Right. So what are you going to say?
That's right, Alicia. Every time she told me a business, I asked her, how much money did you make from that? And if the answer is slim, and if the answer is none, how do you automate zero revenue?
Create it.
It's not that's right, Katrina. You got to create some revenue to automate it. You can't go from I'm not making any money to I want to automate not making any money. I can put some automation around it, but it still won't make you any money. I want you guys to think about some of the things you do in a day-to-day basis. And based on those things, are you qualified to make $100,000 a year? Are you qualified to make $100,000 a month? Or are those actions qualifying you to make $100,000 a day? And it is all about your actions, your strategy, or lack thereof. You keep doing the same things, you're going to keep making the same money. One of the reasons we said we wanted to do this wealth retreat is because we want to open your mind to the wealth that is available. But if you're not willing to spend $10 for a ticket to get in, then your mindset is going to stay where it is. And the very first thing that has to shift in order for you to be wealthy is you have to be willing to let go of everything about your poverty mindset. You got to be willing to let go of everything about your broke mindset. Hey, Trina, I didn't see you on my calendar. Can you inbox me, please? You got to be willing to let go of everything in your working mindset. You got to be willing to let go of everything that got you where you are now. And for some of us, we have a bad habit. We have a bad habit of holding on to things, men, jobs, situations, relationships that no longer serve us. Can I get an amen, Katrina? Can I get
You
an
sure
amen?
can, because I was just talking about that the other day, right? On how your business or you are more important than, a man, your job, right? So you have to take care of you. How are you going to do that? Right? Because nobody else is going to do that. Right? So what are you going to do? Nothing to me is more important. I just went through a situation and you got to go because you're not on my team. Right? You have to elevate and enhance me so that I can be a better person than what I'm already. Right? And so we can do the same. If you can't contribute to my life, then you're not worth it. And it's not personal, but yes, it is personal.
It's not personal, it's business. And sometimes, Katrina, we got to make the best business moves for us.
Absolutely.
Men are not on the cusp of poverty like women are.
Mm-hmm.
Men will leave a relationship, leave them kids behind, go on and start a new family, and be living just fine while you over there struggling with the kids that they left. Men don't have the same weight to carry their mothers and their fathers and their siblings. A man don't care. A man will leave his mama Some men, most men,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
will
Yeah.
leave their mama in a shelter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some men, most men, will have two or three families.
Mm-hmm.
Some men, most men, will leave a wife he been with all his life and not pay child support.
Right. You know, remember that song, I Don't Run Your Mama Away by Shirley Caesar? Is a prime example. You guys never heard of that song? Very good song.
You
It
went
talks
back on
about how she had two sons, right? One was considered to be no good. The other one, she broke her back to put him through to be a doctor, right? Once it became, Mama, why don't you come on and be with me? But the brother, wasn't that, right? So now he's affluent, and now his wife's saying, your mama with the old ways. She don't need to be here. So we need to put her in a home.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So she cried and she cried and she cried. And, they get into the limousine and they on their way for him to drop her off at the home, right? Telling her how great it is, how it's going to be, all of this here good stuff. So all of a sudden she starts seeing this raggedy old car coming in the opposite direction. And she said, wait a minute, wait a minute. That's my son. He was on his way to see his mama. He said, Mama, I don't care what you have done. I don't care that you did it. I'll take care of you. Right? So you have to be careful sometimes because you're absolutely right. You don't have your children will leave you, your man will leave you, your best friends will leave you, everybody will leave you, especially when it becomes those hard times. So
But guess
only
what
though,
won't leave you? If you treat money right, money won't leave you.
that's right.
Yeah.
If you take care of money, money won't leave you. If you treat money like it's your friend, how much of your day do you spend planning your money? How much of your time do you spend thinking about affluence and your next level?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us are numb to money. We ignore money. We know our financial situation ain't right, and yet we don't do anything to cure it. We think it's going to fix itself. And the truth of the matter is that it's not. So until you do something different about your monetary situation, nothing is going to change. And it saddens me because many of you have earning potential beyond your wildest dreams. The only difference between $100,000 a year, $100,000 a month, and $100,000 a day is your believability,
Mm.
your strategy. Are you willing to work the strategy? Are you willing to put the work in? And are you willing to believe that you can earn at that level?
That's right.
Yeah. And that's a learned behavior, coach. Sometimes we so used to being broke or so used to surviving in lack. That's what we know. And that's what we do. And we used to make a little bit work.
But
But
it's not about ignoring, because I'm still going to make a little bit work. But it doesn't mean I don't want more to work with. It don't mean I take every dollar I make and run in the streets and throw it up in the air.
no.
I'm still going to make 15 cents last like it was a dollar. But I still want a dollar to work with. Can
Right.
I put 85% away, 85 cents away for a rainy day? And some of us, and I know this is not what you want to hear. And again, guys, we're kicking off the wealth retreat tonight. If you don't already have your ticket, go to www.blackgirlprofits.com. Use the code SAVE10, grab your ticket. We're going to be doing this until the 15th. You want to make sure you get the replays. You want to make sure you don't miss a thing. But I'm going to say this because it needs to be said. How long are you going to keep living the way you living and not do something different? How long are you going to keep living the way you're living I know it's scary. I know it's hard. I know it. But at some point, you got to say to yourself, if I don't plan my wealth, I won't have any. How many of you don't have a plan for your wealth? Go ahead and say me in the chat. How many of you have never sat down ever to plan your wealth? And it's okay. That's why we're doing this. I want you to be honest and say me in the chat. Because the truth of the matter is, if we as individuals and we as a people, if we don't start to do something different, we won't have different results. One of the things that I said I was going to do last year, I said before the year is over, I'm going to plan my taxes. It don't make no sense for y'all president not to be paying no taxes. Jeff Bezos not to be paying no taxes. You got all the rich cats not paying any taxes. Then you got the poor folks, the middle class, paying all the taxes. Why is that? It's because they plan their taxes and we don't. They plan their wealth and we don't. You got to start thinking, acting, operating as if you have the wealth already. You got to make a plan for when the wealth comes. What are you going to do with it? That's something I learned from my mama. When your millions come, what are you going to do with them? That's why those football players don't stay rich. That's why those basketball players don't stay rich. That's why the lottery ticket winners don't stay rich. That money comes and that money goes because they never had a plan. And until they get a plan, the money is going to continue to come and to go just like that. So who we got on tonight? Again, if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, I got an amazing presentation coming up this week. It's not too late for you to get it. Go to www.blackgirlprofits.com. Click on the recession proof wealth planning retreat. Use the code SAVE10 to be able to save $10 off your ticket and get your ticket for only $10.20, which is so amazing. You need to be buying 5 tickets for your 5 best girlfriends. Trust and believe, because it is that critical that they plan their wealth. Do you know that your wealth is in direct connection with the 5 people you surround yourself with the most? So you may say, well, it ain't my job to make sure you're rich. If you're going to hang out with them, it's your job. Because you cannot elevate without elevating your circle. You cannot go to the next level without bringing people to the next level with you. You can't go by yourself because you're going to get cut in the back. You can't be out here in these streets by yourself. You got to have a community. You got to have some partnerships. Hopefully by the end of this retreat, you'll consider joining us as a volunteer, as an affiliate, as a client, something. But you won't keep being out here trying to do it all by yourself, because it doesn't work like that. Did Miss Rose ever get her technology in order? Who's joining us tonight? Who's up first?
Well, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing?
Boy, y'all doing it, boy.
How you doing? Uh, Coach, you were up first, and then Cherie Caldwell is coming on at 8:45. We have somebody named Rose Fauntleroy at 9:30.
I didn't know I was on the ticket tonight.
Yeah. You have Miss Chenadra Washington at 9:55. You have Miss Tisha Marie Johnson at 10:40. And then we will wrap it up.
Well, y'all carry on the red carpet for about 5 minutes. Let me go find a little piece of something to say.
Oh, okay. Girl. Hey, y'all out there. Look at these ladies.
You looking good too, girl.
Look at you.
Ooh,
Oh, y'all. So is you,
Girl.
Verlaine. That's how you
look at
kind you show.
But just like Coach,
Mm.
now I must admit, and anybody who's watching that knows me knows this is my forte here.
That's right.
To dress up, put on that makeup, put on some real nice jewelry, smell good. This is me.
That's it. Just show
Y'all
it off.
ladies,
Just show
it's
off.
y'all too. Cause
That's
I
right.
see y'all doing the daggone thing.
That's how you do it, you know?
How you do
That makes you feel great. It makes you feel fabulous,
it
right?
sure
Like Coach
does.
was saying.
It sure
Anytime that you can dress up, people sometimes people just have lost that zeal for looking good.
And you said
looking
you
fabulous.
said it earlier, Katrina. People don't do this anymore.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Even if it wasn't for the coronora, when folks go out, they don't dress up anymore.
That's
I've
right.
gone to several events and be like, ooh,
Feeling overdressed,
I
right?
am oh,
Yes.
I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
overdressed, but I'd be still strutting. Cause I this is just I love the bling. I love all of this glamour.
There
And
you
it
go.
makes you feel good. And so thank you, Coach. So especially now for the coronora, since we can't really get out and mix and mingle and shake it up, because I like mixing and mingling and shaking it up. We can't do that. Why not sit here and shake it up with the audience? Thank you all for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. And if you are sitting at home and you're watching us and you not dressed, go and pull you a mink or put it over top your jeans. I used to go to the grocery store with my mink on, my mink and my jeans and my high heels. If I
That's
didn't,
right.
because it don't get cold enough for it often. Go and pull that mink or that fox or that sable out the closet, because I know y'all got it. I know you, and go on and showcase. Go and sit on your sofa. Get you a glass of wine, a glass of
That red dress. Come on.
hey, what?
Those high heels.
That's right, Coach.
Sweet perfume.
That's right.
It sure smells
Yeah.
good.
Oh, you.
So thank you, Coach. Thank you for telling us to do the damn thing on the red carpet.
You have to. And this is something I'm going to start doing every month, because sometimes you got to remind yourself just how valuable you are, just how good you look when you get dressed up. And it really does do something about your mindset.
Oh yeah, make you sit up straighter, makes you
Yeah.
think differently.
Mm-hmm.
Because look
It
at
just
Yeah.
makes you
look at
think that
smile.
you
Look at
are
Bernadette's
it.
smile.
I'm not gonna say the right thing, but like you are it. Okay.
You the it.
So it is nothing wrong. I think that when you're looking your best, feeling your best, it exudes and people feel you, right?
Right.
So why not? Why not try to look, feel fabulous, as I say? You're not hurting nobody. Well, I take that back.
I don't
You make it
know.
break a few
Mm.
Oh,
glasses
no.
while you
Oh,
walk
baby,
through,
when
right?
you sashay by and they catch a whiff of that perfume,
That's right.
you might be hurting somebody.
Well, I just put it nicely. You know what
You
I
know
mean?
what? And I'm gonna be a little messy. You might be hurting somebody because, as Coach said earlier, for some reason, sometimes you hold on to things that you should let go of.
Right.
But when you sashay by and he catches a whiff of your perfume, but then he look over to his right or to his left, and he was like, "I sure should have left her a long time ago," or
And vice versa,
or she looks over. Usually it's her that looks over and say, "Damn, I could have put on my good stuff tonight, but this man right here, he don't never want to dress up. I should have left him a long time ago." But it's all good because it's not over until it's over. So you
Absolutely.
still have time. What y'all think, ladies?
That's true.
I'm
It
in
ain't over
agreement.
till it's over.
Over
That's
to the
right.
floor.
I always say,
Okay,
you know,
so
you never give up on yourself, regardless of
Yeah,
where you're at in life. You
that's
understand?
it.
And
That's it.
you need to, if you're in that kind of space, then dressing up will help you. I was always say, regardless of whatever happened, you look the best that you can. Nobody will ever know that you have a problem going on
That's
because
right.
you'll always look fabulous. You'll always look ready, you know. So that it was what I have taken forward in my life, regardless of whatever circumstances that I've been in.
That's
Absolutely. You
right. And you know
always,
what? And no matter the circumstance, you have to do you.
that's right.
You gotta do you.
There
You
you
can't
go.
all the time. It's gonna come a time when you can't be what mom and them want you to be, or what your best friend wants you to be, or your neighbor think you. No, co-work. No. At some time or another, you're gonna have to be you.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to. And you know what'll make you be you is when you decide to do something for you, and
Mhm.
all that other stuff will fall aside. They'll fall down along the side. Who she thinks she is?
Oh,
How many times I've heard that?
you don't
I
know.
have,
You better
you
ask
know, and
somebody.
that's okay. That's a
And
compliment,
it's
I say.
okay. And it's okay.
That's right.
But you still got to do you, no matter what. You are the you got.
Absolutely.
And I'd rather be a
Mhm.
wealthy you than a broke down you.
Okay.
Sure, you're right.
Amen to that.
Mhm.
And
You're
that's right.
right.
And ladies, that now, Verlin, that's a powerful statement right there. You are all the you that
You
you have.
have.
you
You are.
all you got.
So
You are.
why would you not treat you good?
That's right. Mm-mm.
Why would you not treat you good?
Mm-mm.
If nobody else deserves it, you do.
You do. Absolutely. Absolutely. You
Okay, I
know,
got a
you
word for
deserve the
y'all
best. You
already.
know,
Yeah.
my favorite line is Katrina, you know, I am Queen Katrina and I deserve the best.
Yeah,
The
And
best
you
of
do.
everything.
all day, every day.
Every
And
Oh,
day.
you look like a queen. And guess what? When
Thank
we
you,
talk
thank
like
you,
a
thank you. I
queen,
just love that
talk
one.
like a
Okay.
queen, and look like a queen, we get
Feel
it
like
out.
a queen, and I am a queen, and all women, we are
we
queens.
are queen.
And you have to know that you are the queen that you are, and nobody, you should never let nobody take that crown off of your head.
That's it.
Y'all ready?
Ready.
Okay, okay. So I want to give you guys, y'all can go on mute, take y'all pictures down for just a minute, red carpet, because I want to do what I came here to do. And I want to tell you a story. And matter of fact, let me start this recording so we can get this out. I want to tell you a story of, first of all, where I started, because I started at the bottom, like Drake said. And I don't even mean like the bottom of a corporate ladder. When I first started, a lot of you might not know this story. I graduated from high school, was 18, really didn't want to go to college. One of my friends convinced me to move to Nashville with her, be a roommate with her. And the only jobs I was qualified for, and this is back in 1989, was really fast food jobs. So I said, okay, I'm going to get me a fast food job and work my way up and probably eventually be a manager at a fast food place. Those were my aspirations at that time because I didn't, number one, I didn't have any other thing that taught me or said anything different. And number two, I didn't have anybody to show me anything different. And so I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this fast food job. I'm going to be the best that I can. And I'm going to work my way up. But what I want you to know, no matter where you are tonight, is that sometimes God has plans for you that you don't even know about yourself. So that was my version of starting at zero. And I worked multiple fast food jobs at one time. And it just was never enough. Have you ever been like that? Go ahead and say me in the chat. If you've been in that place where it didn't matter how many jobs you worked, it didn't seem like it was enough. And so one of the things I encourage you guys to do is to always question. Always question. Not the fact that God left you or God forsake you, but what is God trying to tell you that you don't see? And that's a wow for some of y'all. And as I get started, I want to encourage you guys to go out. I want you to share this broadcast. I want you to share it in groups. I want you to share it on your page. I want women to know this because the fact that so many women live as talented as we are, as gifted as we are, in abject poverty is a problem. So when I said tonight, wrapping your mind around wealth, when I started working at the bank, I worked in customer service and I made about $25,000 a year. And at that time, my children's school tuition was $25,000 a year for all three of them. I never once said I can't afford. I always said, let me go find. And so I did things like catering. I remember one time I catered a wedding for like 300 people out of a small kitchen in my apartment. So you may say, Coach, well, how did you cater a wedding of 300 people with an apartment size stove? I was strategic. I was strategic with the menu. They had fried chicken and baked chicken. I went to, at the time, it was Fiesta, got the baked chicken, asked the ladies to cut it up for me. Instead of cutting it up in quarters, cut it up in individual pieces. So now your meat is done. I think I cooked green beans. And you know you can cook green beans by the giant cans, corn by the giant cans. I made fruit salad, that's easy. I made vegetable trays, that's easy. So, baby, the biggest thing I did, I went and bought buns at the bread store. I was strategic. I may have spent about $500 and made about $2,500. I made gift baskets, Valentine's Day, Easter, Mother's Day. I was strategic. I baked cakes, pies, cookies for the holiday. I never stopped hustling. But still I said to myself, there's got to be more. So I'm working at the bank and I'm climbing the ranks and I go from, even when I was making $25,000 a year, with overtime, I never brought home less than 50. And even at $50,000 a year, I still struggle. And so I started climbing the ranks and I went from 50 a year to $75,000 a year. And I remember the first time I got a bonus that was $12,000 a year. That was back in, I'm going to say 2010. And I thought I had won the lottery. Because never in my life had I gotten a lump sum. Can somebody say lump sum? I want you to type in lump sum. Never in my life had I gotten a lump sum of $12,000. Now, by the time Peter, Paul, and Bill taxed it in the government, I only brought home $9,000. But I never had $9,000 in a lump sum in my life. So to me, I was on to something. And I said, wow, if I keep this up, I'll make 6 figures. So I kept doing everything they wanted me to do. Flying all over the country, training sales teams, having massive results, making massive impacts, making them a massive amount of money. And then of course, over time, my pay grew from 75 to 85, 85 to 90. I thought I was doing good when I went and got a $5,000 a year increase. I remember getting to $100,000 a year, having just made vice president. My bonus was about $25,000 that year. And I thought, oh my God, if this is it, I'm in trouble. Because I still was paycheck to paycheck. Can you believe that? In order for me to have a nice house and a nice car and some nice stuff for my kids, it took all that 6 figures and I was still hustling, and that was a problem. And then to top it all off, to make it worse, I would see colleagues that were bonusing what I was making a year, that wasn't doing half the work I did. But because their job was classified as something else, they made 10 times more money than me. And I said, you know what? These folks got me messed up. I said, these folks got me messed up, because if I can do it for them, and this is the piece that you guys are missing as entrepreneurs. You'll go to that job and you'll bust your behind, and you will work until your eyes are bleary, and you will walk until you can barely make it to your car from stumbling. But when it comes over here, you want to always put this on hold because of an emergency. You want to always wait till later. I had somebody tell me, oh, well, I can't do it right now because I just had this happen and I just had that happen. But you still going to work. Don't tell me I'm not fair. I'm being honest. But you are still going to that job that you can't leave to your children, where you can't control your pay, where there's nothing there for you other than work and heartache. And the minute they lose some money, they're going to put you on the chopping block. Am I telling the truth, anybody? So when I got to 6 figures at my job, and it still wasn't enough, I said, girl, you got to do better. You got to do better. And once I came out here and I realized the potential of being able to generate this revenue, I said to myself, I will never, ever, ever work for anybody else ever again in my life. So do you want to know what was the difference? What was the difference of me going 0 to 6 figures? And what was the difference between me going from 6 to 7 figures? I was missing money. And the reason I was missing money was, number one, online wasn't what it is right now. But number two, I could not wrap my mind. No, I didn't even decide. I uncovered, I discovered, I found out that there was more money in the world and that I could have it too. There's a joke that says there were 5 birds on the line. 3 decided to fly off. How many birds are left on the line? Can anybody answer that? 5 birds on the line. 3 decided to fly off. How many left on the line? Somebody tell me in the chat. And I don't know who my moderators are, but y'all need to be over there inviting people to participate. in this conference. No, it's fine still on the line. See, making a decision ain't making a move. See, because some people make a decision. Some people make a decision to call me, get on the call, I tell them what is required for them to move forward, and they still got excuses. They decided they wanted to do something different, but they didn't take action. So I had to do more than just decide. I had to take action. Yeah. And some of you know you need to take action, but you won't go schedule a call with me to see how to get started. Some of you know how that you need to take action, but you'll stay in this same spot and watch me year over year make money, year over year be free, year over year. Come on now. So once I wrapped my mind around the fact that the only person that could pay me more or pay me less was me and my decisions. I need somebody to type in me. Who controls how much money you make? Who controls whether you make 6 or 7 figures? Who controls whether you can afford coaching or not? Who controls whether you live in a big house or a small house? Who controls whether you drive a hoopty or a Bentley? See, once you realize that all of those things are controlled by you and you alone, once your mindset starts to shift to the fact that if you just stop serving the world for free, if you just stop procrastinating, if you just stop making excuses, if you just stop, everybody got the same. I try to tell people this. I don't want to minimize anybody's problems. Lord knows I don't. But God will give you an umbrella long before it starts raining. When my mama passed, it took everything in me for me not to get up out of here, as me and my friend Bam Bang say. It took everything in me for me not to catch up out of here. I don't think people understand that. But because I used my time wisely and developed a team, when I was at my worst, my team could carry. And I'll be honest, the last 2 years, I ain't make the kind of money that I made when my mama was here. But baby, I'm still making X times what I was making at a job. Hello? So they were able to keep me going. The Lord will send you an umbrella long before it starts raining. But if your mind is not wrapped around wealth, if you haven't gone out there and bought you a $10 ticket to come to this retreat, www.blackgirlprofits.com, use the code SAVE10 to be able to get that. I'm not, because this is just a precursor. Baby, wait till these private nights and see how you be laid in the floor about your money. And you need to say, got my ticket in the chat when you got your ticket, because you don't need to let your wealth pass you by for $10. You don't need to let opportunity miss you because you weren't where you were supposed to be when you were supposed to be. I told y'all last night, money is made in 3 places. It's made in the mind first. You have an idea. It's made in the heart first. You commit. Second, you commit to that idea. And third, it's made in your hands when you take action on that idea. Some of y'all have got millions of dollars in your head with ideas, but because you don't have a money, can I tell y'all a story? And y'all know the names have been changed to protect the guilty. Hello? The names have been changed to protect the guilty. I'm on the phone with a client who tells me no lie about how many inventions she has. And when I ask her, how many of those inventions have made you any money? She said none. And when I ask her, how much are you willing to invest for me to show you not how to sell those inventions, but how to take the intellectual property and sell it for you to make money? She said, I'll have to see if I can afford $99 a week. I don't be trying to judge nobody, y'all. But I know I sent my kids to private school and paid $25,000 a year for 3 kids when all I made on paper was $25,000 a year at my job. So y'all, I don't be trying to judge nobody, but I done some things. Anybody here done something a little strange for a little piece of change? Now, I ain't did nothing illegal, but I done some strange things to feed these kids. I done some strange things to keep a roof over my head. I done some strange things to make it paycheck to paycheck. If you ain't by yourself, I'm going to pause the broadcast. I'm going to ask again, has anybody here done anything where you had to go above and beyond to turn a dime into a nickel? Hello? I'm going to wait. Because we all have. We've all done things to save our husband. We've all done things to save our children. We've all come up with massive amounts of money when it comes to our family. But when it comes down to you, your next level, your generational wealth, your legacy, your ability to take care of your 50-year-old self, your 60-year-old self, your 70-year-old self, you look me in the eye and you tell me you can't afford $99 a week, is a lie from the pits of hell. You tell me I can't afford $59 a month, it's a lie. It's a lie, y'all. The truth of the matter is, you just won't do it for yourself. You just won't invest in your ideas. You just won't invest in your next level. You just won't invest in your generational wealth. You just won't invest in you. You will bet the farm on everybody else. But you won't bet the farm on yourself. So part of why you're missing money is because you don't have a money mindset. The second place you're missing money is you got this whole big internet, y'all. And you really overcomplicate this internet. All this internet is a conversation, a digital conversation between you and the person you want to hire you. I'm going to repeat that. It's just a digital conversation. Coach, I don't know how to do email marketing. I will show you. Coach, I don't know how to do social media. I will show you. Coach, I don't know how to write copy for my website. I'll show you, or you can hire my team to do it. Coach, I don't know what to put on my sales pages. We can show you and you can hire my team to do it. But when you got access to an entire world as your potential client base, it doesn't make any sense for you to say what you don't have when it's available for you to get. The third place you're missing money. I told y'all I talked to a lady today who had 8 multi-level marketing businesses. Y'all want me to name them? Y'all want me to name them? And let me tell y'all, I am so good at listening and remembering. I can literally name everyone she said. She didn't say Amway. She said Forex trading. She said, and then also bringing people in to recruit for Forex. That's number 2. She said Melaleuca, which is a cleaning product. She said Juice Plus, which is a vitamin. She said Legal Shield. Everybody knows what that is. That's 5. She had 3 more. Hold up, Jesus. I'm finna tell them. But I can remember the 5. Mary Kay was 6. I can't remember 7 and 8. I probably could if I said, no, well, it works. But she want me to automate 8 multi-level marketing company business. No, 5 links was number 7 and 8 because she said I could sell lights and cable or lights and something else, some other utility for 5 links. And when I told her, sis, that's not it. And when I told her what we could do for her, that girl said she don't have the money right now. She 52. And I asked her, how much money have you spent doing all of this? Not just the money, but the time, the energy, the effort. She said in her own words, driving around to people's house, they cancel. By the time that they get home, she get home. But she wasn't willing to invest to get real multiple streams of income. She wasn't willing to invest to get real knowledge. And my fear for her is that at 52, if she doesn't get started now, when will she start? There's a ramp up period to this money, y'all. You don't just go out there day one and start making this money. And so, if you want to get started, then at some point, you got to get on the ramp. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over. And so I be worried for women because you schedule a call with me because you know it's the right thing to do. But then when you get on the phone, you act like you don't have the money, and you know that's part of the problem. You got to have real multiple streams of income. You got to have real multiple streams of income that work. You can't be running around here, what I told y'all the other night, with a car wash, and a fried chicken restaurant and a daycare. Because that's not how it works. Another way we're missing money is what? We're missing money because we underprice our products and services. How many of you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's a problem for you? You sell your products too cheap. You know other people who got less quality products that sell their products for a lot more than you do. We tend to tie our background and our history with our business worth, and it doesn't make sense. Everybody under the sound of my voice should have products that are $10, $15, and $20,000. If you don't have a product that costs that much, go ahead and say me in the chat. Because see, you gotta realize somebody somewhere has that level of money. So Alicia, I'm finna fix your problem. And Larissa, you know I'm finna fix your problem. And Desiree, it's time for you to come on over too. Because somebody somewhere has that level of money to pay you right this minute. Does anybody want to guess how much money I made over the weekend? My clients, they know, but does anybody want to guess how much money? And only if you in the chat in the actual conference. I'm going to let them guess. So if you don't already have your ticket, you won't know. Double what you said, Narissa, and half of what you said, Alicia. And if you want to get your ticket, go to www.blackgirlprofits.com. Get your ticket for only $10. Use the code SAVE10. Anybody want to guess how much money I made today on the way from Dallas to Houston? Anybody? That's almost right on the money, Rose. Two $15,000 clients and a $5,000 client. Do you know that it's easier? Y'all are not going to believe me, but I'm going to tell you this, and you're not going to believe it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Do you know it's easier to get somebody to say yes to $15,000 than it is for them to say yes to $59? Do you know that it is easier to get somebody tell me why? Does anybody want to tell me why it is easier to get somebody to say yes to $15,000 than it is to say somebody to say yes to $59,000? In order for them to even have access to $15,000, their money mindset is different. Not just because they value what they spend their money on, Desiree. They even got it to spend because their money mindset is different. Somebody with $59 wants the world. You spend more time and energy on your low dollar clients than you spend on your high ticket clients. Does anybody believe that? Your high ticket clients, they busy making their next lick. They don't have time to call you every 5 minutes. bug you every 5 minutes. They don't. And they know that them spending $15,000, Alicia, is gonna get them $150, $300, $400, $500,000. They know it. So they don't have no problem spending it. They're not worried about quote unquote losing it because they know they can go make some more. When you don't have a high ticket product, you missing out on money. I would have never thought, y'all. I would have never thought in a million years that people would struggle to pay $10 for a wealth retreat. I would have never thought. I thought it would be a no-brainer. I really did. So much of the world, and this is what I told my client today, which is why he was ready to sign his contract immediately. You can't keep going from let me add one client at a time and think that's going to get you to $1 million. At some point, you need a strategy to add 20, 30, 50 clients paying way more than they're paying now. You got to have a strategy to get your next 5 clients and then the 5 clients after that. Bottom line is you got to have continuity in your business. Your business can't be like a crowded street, start and stop. And the people that are willing to spend the money on the strategy win. And the people who are not willing to spend the money on the strategy, they lose. Bottom line. So you're missing money because you don't have high-priced products. Another way we're missing money, we don't have a profit plan. If you're in the chat and you're one of my clients, can one of y'all tell the people that's inside the room what was my profit goal for this month? I'm not going to acknowledge it in public. So you need to get your ticket at www.blackgirlprofits.com. Use the code SAVE10, all uppercase. Double that, Narissa. I said I'll take that. But double that was my profit goal. Does anybody remember me saying that? I started at that number. I did the math for that number. And when I finished the math, it was double that number. So I said, well, let me go for the higher number. Trina, you should have the link. Trina, I just sent you the link. So I said, oh, yeah, for November. It was for the month of November. Because that number one niece said, that's the most I've ever done in a month. So I said, I'm going to go out here and repeat my best month ever. It's not even the 15th yet, and I'm halfway there. Now, of course, it's contract, payments, and I'm not going to get it all that month. But it's the number one niece said right above you, Alicia. But I had a plan. My plan was targeted. My plan was for exactly how much. I knew where I was going to go. I knew what I was going to do. And all I got to do is execute the plan. You get what you plan for. It's just like a diet plan. It's just like a vacation plan. It's just like any other plan. If you follow the instructions, let's just say you got a vacation plan. And your vacation plan says, I'm going to leave Houston for Hawaii on Friday. I'm going to catch a plane at this time, and I'm going to land in Hawaii. I got a presidential suite in Honolulu. I'm going to check into my suite at this time. I'm going to go snorkeling on this day. I'm going to go to the coral reefs on this day. I'm going to go horseback riding on the beach on this day. I'm going to eat at these restaurants on this day. On this day, I'm going to get on the plane. I'm going to come back. I'm going to check out of my hotel. I'm going to get on the plane. I'm going to come home. Aren't you able to execute a vacation plan? Yes or no? Talk to me in the chat. Now, if I miss my plane, can I go on vacation? If I don't check into my hotel, can I have my vacation? If I show up late for my excursions, can I have a profit plan? Is just that. If I tell you what to do, and I've showed my clients my launch plan before, and it ain't easy, but it's doable. I met with my email marketing manager while I was in Dallas. I met with my CFO while I was in Dallas. I met with my sales team about 4 times while I was in Dallas. We know what is required for us to generate this level of money. I still got some stuff I ain't did yet, but I got to get it done this weekend, because when I don't execute the plan doesn't work. But you know what's even worse than not executing the plan? What's even worse than not executing the plan is some of you don't have a plan. And that's the ouch. What happens when you go to the grocery store without a list? What happens when you leave your house with no GPS? What happens when you're going somewhere and you don't have a plan? Sometimes you get lost. Sometimes you forget items. Sometimes you spend too much. Sometimes it takes you longer. See, a lot of people say, I can't afford a coach. But the main reason they say they can't afford a coach is the reason they need one. Because without a coach, it's going to take you longer. Without a coach, you're going to spend more. Without a coach, you're going to overspend on basic stuff. Without a coach, you're going to forget items, or even more importantly, there are going to be things for a plan that you don't plan for, that you don't know about, and even worse, without a coach, you'll get lost. And you'll waste time. A lot of business owners don't have a marketing plan. Your marketing plan has to be relevant, it has to be consistent, and it has to be monetized. I know a bunch of social media influencers that create content every single day and fail to monetize it. And it's not something you can create yourself. You gotta have leadership skills. You gotta have a team. You gotta have followers. But more importantly, you need to spend your time giving out marching orders. They say a leader without followers is just a man out for a walk. What does that mean? That means if you don't have a team, if you don't have people around you that you can get to assist you, if you're not the visionary for your brand, if you're not the general for your army, It is just you fighting a losing battle. You must have a team. And guess what? Social media is the greatest tool ever invented. And even if you don't master social media, you gotta have somebody on your team that does. Because if you don't, you're gonna be overloaded. If you don't, you're gonna lack focus. And if you don't, you're gonna waste one of the greatest keys ever given to us in this century. And that's the ability to reach anybody, anywhere, anytime. Last but not least, every single one of us need residual income. You never know what is going to happen where you cannot work. What does the Bible say? You got to make hay while the sun shines. You got to work while there's daylight. Because when night comes, no man can work. No man can work from the hospital. No man can work while they're grieving. No man can work while they're sick. No man can work while they're taking care of their loved ones. This is just life. And life happens to the best of us. So we got to get to that point where we say, I got to have something coming in, even when I can't get up and touch it myself. You got to have sales. I know Miss Rose is going to be coming on here to talk about how you can get a sales team. I don't care if you hate sales from the pit of your gut. You got to have a sales plan. You got to have a plan to sell some stuff. If you're not good at it, you need a sales team. You got to make sure you're converting. I love sales too, Alicia. I really do. So here's what I want to offer you. I want to offer you the opportunity to close the gap of what you're missing. And there's a lot of ways you can get involved. If you're missing money, I have a course called Monetize Everything. Matter of fact, we changed it to the 7-figure product suite. Starts in December. We're going to be over the next year teaching you marketing messages. Over the next year, we're going to be teaching you how to take advantage of multiple streams of income, life coaching, business coaching, speaking, writing. We have a product called the Money Scale, where we'll be teaching you how to create various products at various prices. And last but not least, we're definitely going to be teaching you how to create high-ticket products because it's mandatory. We always have a marketing plan. You're going to learn that over the next year. We have a marketing, a $1,300 marketing perpetual calendar called Marketing Mojo that takes the guesswork out of marketing. You're going to learn your social media, your Facebook and your LinkedIn. You're going to learn how to build an email list and a text list. So even when you don't feel like working, you have products and services that you can get people to buy. You'll have a sales plan. You'll have a team plan. You'll have a customized profit plan. And here's what some of my clients say about me. One of my clients, Kiara Solomon, says, I get to stay at home and raise my kids while building my business online. My client, Chanel Blackmore, who's now my CFO, says, no more 3-hour commute. I only have to commute 3 minutes to get to my office. My client, Shakita Lindsay, says, 38 years on a job. I still work, but now I work for myself and from my house. And I got so many reviews, guys, we can't make this up. Right? And the truth of them, many of them pay far more than you're getting paid. You're going to pay for the same program. But they said if they had to do it all over again, they pay just as much or more to be free. Because now, many of them are either free or on their way to freedom because they use these same programs to work their way out. That same work they were doing for somebody else. So if you're not already on board, I want you to go to www.blackgirlprofits.com and click on the link to schedule a call. We built, you might be asking, is this going to work for my business? We built hundreds of online businesses of all types: bakers, coaches, speakers, entertainers, ministry workers, authors, you name it, hairstylists, you name it. But if you're not sure if this is going to work for you, schedule a call at www.blackgirlprofits.com. We got a ton of ways you can get involved. You can be a volunteer and learn hands-on. You can become an affiliate for $19 a month and make money by bringing people into the community so that you can afford coaching. You can become a member at $59 a month, or you can get an all-access pass for $99 a week with a year commitment. Let me tell you this. My coaching programs are just like transportation. At that $59 a month, you'll get there, but you're going to get there, it's like riding a bus. $99 a week, you're going to get there, but it's like a carpool. And the further you go up, the faster you get there. You get what you invest. The Bible is crystal clear about seed and harvest. Now, if you're thinking about waiting, right, keep in mind that there's not a week, month, year that goes by that my prices don't increase. The more people are on board, the more receipts we have, the more my rates go up. Period. So don't wait until you really can't afford it. Go to www.blackgirlprofits.com and schedule a call. And be serious. Be serious when you schedule a call. Be serious about your next level. Be serious about your generational wealth. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. Don't do it. If you know you're not ready to go, keep watching me make money from the sidelines. If you're okay with working your job day over day, keep watching me make money from the sidelines. Keep watching other people get free. Keep watching. And you can go directly to bit.ly/Black Girl Profits Call and get on my calendar. But again, don't do my time, don't do your time. I don't know how old you are at this point, but none of us know how much time we are guaranteed on this earth. None of us know. But what we do know is that you're here for a reason. In this very time, in this very space. Take advantage of it. Don't miss out. That's all I got, Miss Rose.
Well, well, well. You always come on in here and kick in the door.
Well, look, let me tell y'all something. And this is from the bottom of my heart. Sometimes I be mad at y'all because I didn't have nobody to help me at the level that I help y'all. Y'all know when I'm in class, I give a lot.
Yes, you do.
I show up.
She does.
I stay all night till Mr. Troy put us all out. I give you everything I know.
You leave it all on the table.
Stay on top of trends. I always make sure you're not marketing upstream. I give you creative marketing ideas that anybody else would charge you tens of thousands of dollars for. I keep you fresh. I keep you fly. I keep you in the game as much as you want to play.
Absolutely.
Point blank, period. When I say we got the best coaching program on the planet, the best community on the planet, you can't afford to not be in this community because it's supportive, it's not messy, it's women doing it, and we got $1 trillion economy if we could just get it right. We all need to be referring people to each other like they do in BNI, like they do in them other organizations. And we got to get it right. And I'm not going to stop until it's right. The money is there for everybody. I didn't have nobody to flog me to the money or beat me over the head till I got it right, till I understood. I didn't have that. So don't waste your opportunity. Don't squander your chance. Chances don't come this way all the time. If you hear for a reason. Don't let fear be the reason. Don't let procrastination be the reason. And of all things, don't let money be the reason. If I had to go sell 10 fish plates to get in, hello? If I had to go sell a pot of spaghetti to get in, if I had to go make breakfasts and brunches on Sundays and Saturdays to get in, I've done a lot to sit right here. And I can tell you that if you're not willing to do just as much, you won't reap a bigger harvest. The Bible is crystal clear. There's this book, it's called The Wealthy Gardener. And he talks about how God gives all of us the same amount of acreage. The mass majority of us only plant a little bit of that acreage. We spend the rest of our time putting seeds on somebody else's land. That's the job. We spend the rest of our time tending to somebody else's crop, weeding somebody else's land, being somebody else's sharecropper. And then when we go home and look at all this acreage just unattended and grown over and the ground is hard and ain't been tilled or aerated and ain't got no irrigation system, and you could just as easily. But you're not willing to invest in the strategy on how to be a good farmer. You're not willing to invest in the tools it takes to run all that acreage. And it doesn't happen overnight. First, you plant a small garden. You get the money from that garden. You go back. You plant a few more acres. You upgrade your tractor. You get the money from that harvest, and you go back, and now you upgrade your irrigation system, and you get the money from that harvest, and you go back, and now you need to hire you some migrant workers because you can't get all these crops out of the ground by yourself. And then you take the money from that harvest, and you go back, and now before you know it, you got all your seeds in the ground. And every year you have a harvest. And not only do you have a harvest, you got something to leave to your children and to your grandchildren. Even to the point that if they don't want to run it, you can sell the farm and leave them generational wealth. You can sell the farm for millions of dollars and let them take millions and go start whatever it is they're good at. Nobody says they have to work what you have, but at least leave them something of value. People sell businesses all day, every day.
People grow businesses just to sell them every day.
That's what I'm about to start doing. People don't want to launch. I'm going to start launching the business and selling it. Launching the business and selling it, because that's what I like to do. I like to launch. So let me launch. Let me show you what capacity this business has. And then let me sell it to you. It's entertaining to me. But the bottom line is, guys, you got a garden. And you got to tend to it. Because if you don't, won't nobody else will. And God gives you all the things you need to feed yourself out of your own garden. And you don't need anything else. Y'all, I'm going to turn it over to whoever's next. Because y'all know I've been up. My text lady, Pam Banks, said, Coach, you love the launch, just not, you don't just like it. I do. But that's what life is about, doing what you love to do. That's what it's about. And God bless me to be good at something that makes a lot of money. So that's a blessing. So I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. You need to be inviting your friend. Didn't even my keynote. Tonight wasn't even my keynote. No. Girl, this was just something I just put together. I didn't even know I was on program tonight.
You on program every night.
I ain't know I was on program tonight, but I went and got something for y'all.
But you
so
did.
Y'all need to be invited. This room need to be packed by Sunday night when me and Pam Banks come on to talk to y'all about saving money like Jeff Bezos. I'm telling y'all, this room need to be packed. All right, I love y'all.
Thank you, Coach. Love you too, Coach.
Bernie and Rose. But y'all look like money, boy. I ain't even gonna lie. I hate to leave. I hate to leave, boy.
You can stay. You
sure
can.
I've
You
been on
know?
since Bulldog 30. Love y'all. And travel. Love y'all.
Love you too. Good night.
Love you too. Bye.
All right, y'all. Y'all want to introduce the next person? Y'all want me to introduce the next dynamic speaker?
You can go ahead with your dynamic self.
All righty. What we have for you coming up next is a dynamic speaker. Did Coach give me, did Coach give me host controls? Because I might not be able to.
Yes, I think I saw that she did.
Yes, she did. This dynamic speaker is going to talk to you all about recession proofing your promotions at work. Because, see, everybody is not cut out to be an entrepreneur. Or even if you are in the entrepreneurial space, you still may be working. You still may be on a job. You still may be in the corporate setting. And while you're there, using them as your investor, you might as well, while you're there, make the most of what they have to offer. Make the most of that. So we have coming up next, Miss Cherie Caldwell. Cherie, I'm going to bring you on in here as a panelist and give you host controls. I see you. Hey, lady.
Hello, everyone. Did you give me some controls there also so I can
give you some
share my
controls.
screen? Hi, you all do look fabulous.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
You
I'm
now,
in Hotlanta, so I didn't pull out a fur.
last night I had that fox around my neck and I had on a turtleneck, but little did you all know, I had a fan blowing back here behind me because it was hot. And before that, I will tell you the truth.
I thought you was hot with them turtles up around here and the foxes going all the way around. I was like, Lord.
Girl, it may have looked good, but I'm gonna tell you, it was some fire rising up over here. And before the evening was over, when
you were prepared. You had that fan.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about a turtleneck too, and I said, no, I better change my mind.
The night was over, when I came back in here with them on the last session, that fox was over here in the floor.
Well, at least you look good, right?
That's right. And see, ladies, sometimes you gotta fake it until you make it.
That's right.
Sometimes that's how you make it.
Well,
but anyway, Cherie, we gonna get out of here and let you do your thing.
Well, thank you, ladies. Hello, everybody. Let me get my screen sharing started. Wait, make sure you, Rose. Yeah, hold on. Make sure I can get this going before you go. It's giving me a very interesting, who can share only hosts. Can you say co-host too? Hold on, everybody. We're gonna, oh, okay, let's do it. I'm not sure why it's giving me weird options. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Can you see that now? Very good. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Today, my topic is recession-proof your promotions at work. So this whole week is about wealth building and recession-proofing and making sure that you protect what you have earned, what you have been working for. And when you choose to pursue a career versus entrepreneurship, you're making a different kind of choice, but you still have similar challenges around what you need to protect and how you need to gain all those things that you want to gain. That's the type of stuff we're going to talk about today. So first of all, let's just get real. You're at a job. You may be overlooked. You're not told what you can do to get the promotion that you want the next time. You're asked to train your new boss. You hate that boss. You have some coworkers that are really difficult to work with. You're exhausted from having to prove yourself over and over again, and then you still get overlooked for an opportunity. That's got to be frustrating. That's got to make you feel just a little bit resentful. And there may be some other things. I don't know what other things you might be feeling about your job. You can put some of those things in the chat, but I know that there were many times that I felt I had the work I had to do to prove myself, the need to be 3 times better, the comparisons. And then Coach Danielle said it earlier today about seeing people do less work than you, be paid more than you because they got some kind of different title. And you're doing similar work. You're doing similar work. So really, you got to get focused on getting past having a job to wanting a career. And wanting a career takes a little bit of work because it's not just showing up every day. It's being way more intentional. It's wanting to be in charge. It's wanting to be at the table, and it's wanting to have those positions of power where you get to call the shots, you get to make the decisions. And I'm all about supporting women that want a career. There's not, if you look at the Fortune 500, there's very few women. There might be 38 now, and there's even less minorities, and there's not a minority woman anymore. You know, a Black woman, I should say. So we want those powerful positions. First of all, that's where the bank is. So when you have a job, you're not getting the value. When you think about these CEOs like making $40 million or some other kind of crazy amount, you know, they have the bonuses. So if you're looking to build wealth in a corporation, you need to be in the executive ranks. And so you want to plan for that. You want to get there. And when you get there, you're in a place to make decisions, and you can actually help change the culture, change the situations, and actually make a difference and pull people back up from behind you. So who am I? What makes me know these things? So first of all, my name is Cherie Caldwell. I would call myself a career ladder climbing person. I have a lot of career ladder climbing experiences. I'm also a human resource leader. So I'm a former executive in HR. So I've been in the room when we had those talent conversations regarding who's going to get promotion. I've been in the room when we lay out plans for high potentials and we target people and what are we going to do to help them grow their career. And I've worked for some top Fortune 50 companies. I was a former VP at Comcast, NBC Universal, had executive roles at Delta Airlines and the Home Depot and other Fortune 50 companies. So I've been in that room. I know what we're looking for. I know what types of conversations they have about people, what they say. And those are the types of things that impact your career. And I want to share some of those with you tonight. First of all, you have to have a strategy. There's a game being played. You need to have a plan. So let's just get real for a moment. Let me break this down. Think about it. The industrial age came. We started creating corporations and organizations. And remember, white men were in charge. They built these organizations. It's like they built this country. They didn't necessarily build them with women or minorities in mind. They weren't really created for us to be successful. So we have to work around the existing plan and structure so that we know how to navigate, while we also want to get in those positions of power where we can start to initiate change in those systems and structures. So it's really having a strategy and being mindful. Coach Danielle just talked about having a plan. This is similar. You got to know where you're going, what you want to do, and you want to have a plan and have some thought to it. And then you may not know everything that needs to be in your plan. This is where having a coach comes in, or having someone with this kind of experience that has been or is where you want to go. So let's talk about what you need to know. First, let's know what you want. Let's know what you want. You want to start thinking about what are your talents? What passions do you have? And then you want to start looking around and doing your homework. Where do you see people doing those types of things or leveraging that type of talent in the job marketplace? What types of jobs do you see out there? Where do you see them? What types of companies do you see them? Can you look for interviews of the people that are at the top in those games and have them read what they say about their position, how they got there, what they needed to do, what they had to learn? You want to really make your job search more about more than just filling out an application. You want to make it about creating a knowledge so that you can build your strategy. You want to understand all the different skills that are there to make sure you signed off on them and you have them. You want to set some goals around those types of things. You want to match up your qualifications to those things and look at where you're short so you can make your career development section of your strategy and have a plan for that so that you're on track to get to the position that you want to get to. So you want to really know what you want. Do you want to be the CEO? Do you want to be the CFO? Do you want to pursue something in technology? Do you want to get as high as you can into a corporation so you can know how to manage a business unit, a profit unit, so that you can take that experience on for yourself? You want to have your strategy complete. You want to have it thought well out to all the types of things you might want to do or cover. So I know Coach has a really good visioning product. If you don't know, that might be a place to start and look at it. But if you're pretty clear about your talents and what your strengths are and how you can use them in the marketplace and how far you can take yourself, you've identified those types of things, then you want to then continue on with the strategy planning at that point. So not only do you need to know what you want, you need to know people. Connecting with others for either community of support, networking to help you break through the glass ceiling, networking to have you be aware of opportunities or projects within your organization. You know, joining a membership is also, you know, important to do those in. So there's tons of ways to know people. There's leveraging LinkedIn, there's leveraging membership groups, there's leveraging other communities with like persons that want to do the same thing you want to do. We're a part of a dynamic community here for entrepreneurs. You might want to look at professional memberships in the field that you're trying to pursue, right? So connecting is super important because it's not enough to be good at the job. It's not enough to have strong talents and to be competent. It's not enough to be a hard worker. It is about doing the task and balancing that with the relationships. And there's a certain point in your career where knowing people is more important than knowing the content of the job, because connections and relationships are what make things happen. And right now it's still easy to do, even though we're a little bit more quarantined and isolating, because there's so much more online. There's so many more opportunities. Connections give you information. They share with you opportunities. They may think of you, if your relationship is good enough, to help you be there. Think of it as actively participating and intentionally creating your village of support. When you have strong connections and you see a job in a company that you want to have, if you know someone there and they're connected very well too, it's the difference between your resume being in the pile of thousands of resumes to being pulled out and put on someone's desk. And when you know people, you got to remember that to make your relationship mutually beneficial, don't forget to treat those connections and nurture them well, treat them well. There's lots of ways, you know, to help other people. And you got to start helping others. So you can create mutual benefit by supporting them, advising them, having answers for them, being a resource for them. You know, and the benefit for you is that you get access to other information, and you might get information about opportunities and things that can even help you when you negotiate for other things like pay and other types of things like that in. So having that information, it's another way of doing homework, but leveraging it through people versus through reading and writing and checking things out on that end. So you need to know what you want, you need to know people, and you need to know your value. Now, I'm not going to harp on this because if you didn't pay attention to what Coach Danielle was saying, then you missed the point. So it's knowing your value in lots of different ways. One is to stop giving people discounts. Two is to invest in yourself and know that you're worth it. Three is to know your values when it comes time to talk about salary and understanding what you do in comparison to other people doing the like thing. Because remember, we've talked about this before, women still are underpaid compared to white men. Overall, it's 82 cents on the dollar for white women, and it's 62 to 63 cents for Black women, and even lower for Native Americans and for Latinx. So knowing your value and knowing that you bring your strong talents to the table, your relationships to the table, all of those things add value to you. The other thing I'm going to say about value is this. You won't necessarily find your promotion at your current job. You may have to promote yourself to another company if your company is not treating you right and if they're not valuing you. If they continually overlook you and then ask you to train the person that took the job you wanted, then you need to make sure your strategy includes exit plans on how to move. Now, don't leave until you get everything you need out of there so that you're well positioned for promotion, because you want to have the experience, but then you promote yourself over to a new company that's going to value you and your contributions. So you want to know what you want, know people, know your value, and know your stuff. You have to be good at what you do. It is showing up, it's being on time, it's being available, not 24/7. Go back to the other slide about valuing yourself and not discounting yourself, but it's being at the top of the game. It's being at the top of the game. When people, it gives you a sense of credibility. It gives you a voice at the table because people will listen to that credibility. It gives you support. It makes you a resource that people will come to you. And again, that benefits you because then you're building those connections with those people that want things from you. And then you're in a place to get something from them as well and deal with reciprocity. So these are all important things for you to do. You're not going to be successful and you're not going to climb if you're not at the top of the game and know your stuff. And then knowing your stuff also means keeping on top of things in the industry. Like you might have gotten your degree, you might know what you're doing in your job, but you want to stay current with events, current with trends, because things move quickly. My goodness, if you're in technology, you know your stuff is old in like 30 to 90 days, right? You have to always stay kind of on top of things and make sure that you keep your knowledge fresh. Read industry trade magazines, check out things online. Again, going back to things that offer mutual benefits. So if you're networking and you're going to memberships of things in your industry or in your trade, you're benefiting yourself by keeping up on current events as well as networking and connecting with people that might be a resource for a new job or other types of things or new projects that might give you more exposure as you go on. So you want to do the activities that are actually an investment in you. You know, a lot of times we get tired and we don't want to go connect with other people because we feel like we've just been at this job, we've given it our best. But please understand that that's a part of the job too. And if you're wanting a career, it's a necessary investment. Know your stuff, use it, share with others, and use it to get stuff back for yourself as well. So not only do that, but now you need to be known. Be known. Standing out causes people to reach out to you. So you don't have to go hunt people down. They'll come to you. Visibility matters. But you want to be known for the right reasons. Don't be known for the girl that partied and stayed out late and drank too much at the company event. Others will remember you. You want them to remember you because you volunteered to do the project, or you volunteered to lead one of the employee resource groups, or you did something that was real excellent and you were noticed for that. You want to be known for being dependable, for being credible, for having your work done, for producing excellent products. You want to be known for those things, and then others will remember you. Those are the types of things that get you noticed, and then people remember those. And when those conversations happen in the room with the HR leaders and the executive team, those are the types of things that will be remembered. Also be known for building great relationships. That is the number one visibility thing that gets your name mentioned in the room when you're not there. When you get noticed for the right reasons, it opens doors to opportunities and people start calling you. Now, the other thing I would say that's also internal to your job, you want to also be known in the community. So we want to look at what are the external opportunities for you to invest in for yourself? Is it on a nonprofit board of some kind? Is it being back to that membership organization? Is it taking a leadership role in your association or group? Those are the types of things that also have you be known, also give you credibility, and creates a space for people to reach out to you for things. So learn how to pick the right opportunity. That goes back to your strategy. These are all elements of that game plan that we need to put together. Know what you want to do, know people, know your value, know your stuff, be known. Know more. Again, this is not the place to stop learning. You actually need to own your own career development. Don't wait for your organization to tell you which training classes to go to, what you need to do to advance your career. You want to take ownership and not wait for that. So when you have performance reviews, you want to listen carefully to what are some of the things they say you can work on and improve on. You might want to go ask for that feedback. You may want to go say, hey, I'm interested in growing in this way. What are the things that are missing from my background that I need to work on? Now, your company may or may not pay for those things. Some companies have some online tools you can use to kind of better yourself at your own pace and time, and those are free. Use those. Sometimes you might need to take advantage again of those associations and membership groups that you're in. They may have some resources that you can use that are included in your membership. Use those. These are all things that will help you. You need to take ownership of your own career, learn how to use your connections, tools, and information to leverage opportunities. Attend training. Reading. Oh my goodness, reading is that, I can't remember who always says that leaders are readers. That's a little phrase I keep hearing around our community, and it's so true. And there's a myriad of books on leadership or business or anything that's in your particular field, and you can get it from the library if you can't build up your own personal library. And then you can actually develop yourself on that end, reading articles online. Not everything is training. And let me tell you, volunteering to do a project at work or in your nonprofit is the best way to get hands-on experience. Coach Danielle talked about volunteer opportunities. This is a free way to get training and to get development. That is like, you can't get better than that. You can't get better than that, because then you develop yourself, you get hands-on with the experience that you can keep taking on with you to the next thing that you do. And then you can keep building on that. So do not knock these opportunities. This is the way to get development. And actually the hands-on training I think is better, because when you think about it, we talk about training and development. 10% is what you get out of classroom. 20% you get out of mentoring and coaching. 70% you learn better with the hands-on and doing the experience. So volunteer. And finally, I like to say, know a coach and be a coach. And I always say these things together. Know a coach. We've already talked a lot tonight about the benefits of coaching. And there's a difference between coaching entrepreneurs and coaching in corporate America, but the bottom line is everybody needs a coach. Why? It's a much more competitive environment. Right now, you go on LinkedIn or Indeed or any place else to apply for a job, and there's thousands of things going on there, thousands of resumes being applied. You want to stand out. You want to navigate in corporate America in the midst of where things may be shrinking some. How do you do that? How do you leverage the mentorship? And then I say be a coach, because I think we have a responsibility to take all the knowledge and the training and the information that we've harnessed, reach back and help pull some other women along with us. Reach back and pull some women along with us. So here's what I would offer to you, career coaching. I help you navigate corporate America and create a strategy for your career so that you can target your next promotion, whether it be in your organization or in the next organization that you need to be a part of in order to advance your career. And that's also a strategy, by the way, and help you harness your experience so that you can become a coach. So those are the things there that are on the table. So I encourage you to get a coach. I'm available to help you. I encourage you to become a coach. I'm available to help you do that as well too. You can reach me via my website, or you can use through Salary, and I will put that information here while we're in the chat room and see if anybody has any questions. Let's see if I can see the chats. Okay, somebody wanted me to repeat something, so I'm not sure what that was. If you can give me which question it was, I'll be happy to answer the question. Thank you. If you have a question, please let me know. I had a slide with my website and I think it dropped off when I transitioned to another device. Okay, thank you. I think Rose, any debriefing you want to do?
I think that was excellent.
Well, thank you.
It was, Sherry.
Yeah, someone
Always
Thank you.
learning and building.
someone
Thank
That
you.
was,
for your
that was
website
great.
in the chat.
I'm putting it right now.
Okay. I'm gonna back out for a second.
All right. Thank you, ladies. It's always a pleasure to interact with you. This has just been wonderful. I'm so impressed with your gorgeous attire and just bringing it on. It's been really good. Of course, I missed a little bit this morning because I was rushing around trying to get some things done. But last night was awesome. I'm looking forward to Miss Rose coming on, and then whoever else is this evening. And then we have another night, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Don't
Well, you did a wonderful job, in regards to the upward mobility within the employment sector, I would say.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
Some people want to stay there.
Right. Well, we are at a disadvantage because of the fact is that in corporate America, when I decided to change out of corporate America, but those exactly things happen, right? Going up for a position, have the experience, that Caucasian woman, I say, didn't have no experience, but she got promoted, right? And then when it was time for me to go, guess what they told me?
What?
I needed a degree.
Oh, wow.
Have the same experience, right?
Right.
So my solution was, let me get everything that I need, and then I want to see what you say to me.
Right.
Right. And it is so unfortunate that we have to go through those challenges, I'm going to say.
Right.
Right. And that's going along with us, getting lesser pay.
Right.
As well as women. Right. And we always have to work harder to acquire that certain level of management, and that goes along also with the politics. So you have to know how that
it really does.
play.
You have to learn how to navigate through that. And I'll tell you what you just said, Katrina, really just made me think about this. One of the things I do when I'm trying to coach people is to have them understand how to free their mind, right? When you're like, you have to free your mind, like you understand all of the systems aren't working for you. It's not really about advancing you. And how do you not personalize that so you can stay focused on the prize and still navigate around those things? Because you know you're qualified. You know you have the skills. You know that you're doing the job better than somebody over there that's getting paid more, because we all see it when we're there. It's very visible. Then it's how do you do that? So it's the other things you do, because it isn't about you being competent. We are. It's about building those relationships and those partnerships so those people advocate for you, and that's where it becomes important. I think we're not taught that. We didn't get the good old boy handbook.
Absolutely.
And then some of us, I found it by accident, and so I'm ready to share it.
Right. And it's not about what you know, it's who you know.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And that, a lot of times people are like, well, how do you get that? When you got all the families in one organization, and they're all making good money. But it was about, who they knew. These large corporations like Coca-Cola, Tesla, all of these major companies. And that also comes into play, like you said, that good old boy system, right?
Yep, exactly.
And so they take it to another level, even though they're saying that they're having inclusion. That's not true.
Right.
So we always have to work our way through and navigate until you can find a better way.
Yes.
Okay. And that is about thinking. And when I start seeing the writing on the wall, as they say, then I start making my exit plan. How about that?
Right.
There you go. That's all part of the strategy,
Yeah.
because we want to sit there and be loyal to a particular job. And I know Coach Danielle said this in a different way, but it's still the same thing. You're still investing in yourself. And when you see that you're part of your strategy, you don't wait. You
That's
look
right.
around, you say, I know my value, they're not getting it. Let me take it someplace else, you know.
Right.
And most of the time when you move, if you do it right, you'll move and get a bigger paycheck.
Absolutely. And it's all
Right.
about options, you know. Everybody
Right.
doesn't, and just like Coach was saying, options, right? And what you feel that your value is worth.
Right.
And that's where that goes. You know, a lot of times people stay on that job because they're afraid, they're scared.
Yes.
They don't know how to navigate and be okay. My favorite saying is, hey, I was looking for a job when I got this one.
That's
I'm
it.
going to
And
be
I'll be
looking for a
looking
job.
when I leave.
Right.
That's right.
Okay, so it's all about what you want, as you were saying in your presentation, right?
Yes.
And if you don't have the skills, then you need to sit down and figure out what skills you need in order to get
Exactly.
what you want.
Exactly. You have to really know what you want, and then you have to really
Absolutely.
do your homework, and so you're clear about what it takes. Well, I
Absolutely.
think Miss Rose is ready to get in here. I know I jumped in to fill in for her till she gets ready to go. One of you all introducing her, and I'm going to exit on out.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sheree.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheree. You want to introduce her?
Yes.
Okay.
So we just heard from the beautiful, I just love to hear Sheree speak. She speaks so eloquently and just so soft and just across the board. It makes you just want to lean in and listen. Now we're here from the sales expert herself, the sales genie, the little firecracker on the BYOB show, Miss Rose Fauntleroy. Come on in, Rosie. How are you?
Everybody, I
How
am
are
back.
you, Miss Dynamic?
And
I
yes, Miss
back.
Diane, long time no see.
I know, right? I am back again. But this time I'm coming to you all in a little different mode. And I would like to say everyone tonight has been wonderful. And in Berlin, I like to hear Cherie speak too because she's so smooth.
Yeah.
It does make you lean in and
Mhm.
really want to get into what she's saying. And she gave some great information. Some of that information I wish I had known some years back before I got to my last destination, my last job. Um, because sometimes you have to transverse through jobs and through the system and everything before you learn different things and know different things to do. But tonight, and hopefully I will get this right, tonight I am going to be just talking with you all for a few minutes about recession proofing your client acquisitions with a sales team. Hold please. Let me get this set up here. Hopefully I can do this right. Um, let's see if I hit the right button. Oh, I hit the right button, y'all. Um, let me see here. We're going to be talking about recession proofing your client acquisition with a sales team, what the virtual sales genie can do. If you are leaving your corporate, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're a business owner, this presentation is for you, the business owner who knows client acquisition is the success or demise of your entire business. Because if you have a business and you don't have any clients, then you don't have a business. Think about that. It's for the business owner who doesn't know how to connect with the right client. Because, see, without the right client in your business, how in the world will you be able to give them what they need or what you are providing to you, the service that you provide? How would you be able to convince them, to convert them that what you have is the best for them. It's for the business owner who is afraid to talk to prospects because that's not your gift. Everyone's gift is not to get on the phone and talk to prospects. Everyone's gift is not that you know how to run ads, or you know how to post in certain groups, or you know how to network and market. I think Cherie was talking about making connections and building relationships and nurturing those relationships. Those things are important. You don't just acquire a client in your business. You are acquiring someone that you will build a relationship with, hopefully for the long term, not just a one and done type of client. You want the life cycle of your clients to last for a long time, sometimes for a lifetime. This is for the business owner who doesn't want to spend their limited time on the phone. Like I said earlier, it's not everyone's gift, but there are other things that are your gift that you can work in your business. You want to be able to spend your time on those money making activities, those revenue producing activities, and let someone else, through your guidance, produce and target the right clients. And the sales team is how you do that. This is also for the business owner who doesn't know how to close or convert a prospect to an actual client. You're confident in what it is that you offer, the services that you produce, or the products that you offer. You're confident in that. You know your business, you know your products, you know your services, until you actually pick up their phone and have to talk to someone. Because people can tell you whatever they want about running Facebook ads, automation, automation, automation. Automation is good to a certain extent. But when it actually comes down to producing and making a sale, building relationships and networking is what gets that. Well, how do you do that? You actually have to talk to the person. You have to connect with them. You have to be able to find out if they have a connection with you. And some folks, when they get on the phone and they think about making a sales call, they just lock up and they will create any and everything else to do besides doing that. That's where a team comes in. Do you want to make money in your business, but you don't have a plan? You heard Coach talk about that earlier. That's why we are here. We are recession proofing with wealth plans, with planning. Do you know where you want your business to go? Have you put in place a plan? Have you sat down and said, first quarter, I would like to produce this much revenue in my business? Have you done that? Do you stay up at night because you know others are dependent on you? When you're running a business or creating a business, you don't just do that just to say that you created something. Usually it's because you want to be the writer of your own destiny. You want to know that you have the ability to create something that's living and viable and can provide. And usually you're doing that for you and your family, sometimes for your community, or all of that. Do you lack the funds to partner with a team to help you? Well, that's where you go back to that planning stage. Everything that you're doing in your business is not a revenue producing activity. It's not making you money. Those are the things that you delegate out. Those are the things that you bring in a team. What we are talking now, there are sales teams, and then there are other virtual teams. We're talking about sales teams tonight. So when you move that piece off of your plate, now I'm not saying that you move that completely off of your plate and you just throw your hands up and you don't touch it. You manage it. when you're managing, you're not actually doing the work. So it frees up time to produce and to focus on other revenue producing activities. Do you know the business will not survive without a plan and help? Do you know that? Do you see that? I'm sure a lot of you stay up at night, or you might wake up in the middle of the night thinking, oh, I wish I should have done that. I know I didn't do this. I needed to do that. Those are the things that a team can help you to alleviate. Well, y'all seen me tonight. Y'all know I like the bling and all of that. But really, who am I? What makes me qualified to be able to share these things with you, to help you to acquire a team, and to help you to generate more clients, to generate more revenue? I have 35 plus years. I know I don't look like it. Working with media outlets, customer acquisition, and lead generation services. I have 20 plus years as a legal administrator and an office manager of a multi-million dollar boutique law firm. I have 8 plus years as an executive board member of a nonprofit organization. I am a founding member of the Bangology Cannabis Wellness Education Society. I know that's a mouthful. I know you see that word cannabis there, so I know it's piquing your interest, but we could talk about that. That's another conversation for another day. I am a 10 plus year voiceover artist. I've voiced over books. I've voiced over presentations. I've voiced over telephone messages. It's fun. Oh, I almost forgot. I am also a retiree in the second season of my life. And in the second season of my life, I decided to take what I have acquired over the years and turn that into my business, the Virtual Sales Genie. So for you, where is the light at the end of the tunnel? How are you going to solve these problems that are keeping you up at night? I talked earlier about a plan. Have you sit down and listed out what those problems are so that you can start making a plan on how to solve them? Because once you get them out of your head and you put them on paper and you can really see them, you'll be surprised at what resources will show up for you. I know you want to stop feeling like you're in a catch-22 situation. And when I say that, what I mean is you're saying, yeah, Rose, you're talking about a virtual sales team. You're talking about getting help working with me in my business, but I don't have the money because I'm not generating the revenue right now to be able to do that. I know that I need a team. I know that in order to get a team, I need to have money. And it's like, I don't have it on this hand and I don't have it on that hand. So I'm kind of stuck. Well, that's one of the things we help you do is get off of that hamster wheel of missing your revenue by missing targeted clients for what it is you have to offer. Because what you have to offer is not for everyone. You can't be everything to everybody. Everyone is not your client. There's a certain niche of clients that are looking for you, And you'll have to sit down and make a client acquisition plan. Make a plan. Like I said, when you get all of this out of your head and put it on paper, and don't worry about the order that you do it in or how it looks, because when we procrastinate on things, we tend to do little things that keep us stuck or waste time. We make it pretty, or we said this doesn't go there, or I just can't do that. We do those self-defeating, we run those self-defeating words in our heads. We need to stop that because you change your mindset. When you change your mindset around this, you will change your business around this. You will change your revenue that's coming in for you. Everything is a mindset. And I know you hear us talk about that, and you've heard me say it before, but everything has a mindset. Getting clients is a mindset. It's a mindset of being confident and not talking pessimistic to yourself. It's about being optimistic and knowing that you can do this and you can do it with the help of a team. Because once you move that piece to other folks to handle, it frees you up, as I said earlier, for more money making, revenue producing activities. So, when will you speak with someone who can partner with you? Because they partner with you, they make a customized plan based on what you need. Working with the virtual sales genies will allow you to finally have peace of mind in your business. Peace of mind in your business is everything. Because if you have peace of mind in your business, you will have peace of mind in your life. Because life, and you've heard me say it before, life and business intersect. You can't do one without the other. And one can't be so far out of whack and the other prosper. It just doesn't work like that. You can stop worrying about your family being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable and not knowing where the next revenue is going to come from, where the next client is going to come from. That's a worry, and that's a worry you need to release from your mind. You can start working with the virtual sales genies. You can start making consistent revenue because, see, the sales teams provide your business, provides you. It's all about you in this. With the time to be creative, it frees up your time. It'll take that's one pressure that you will be able to release from your mind so you can be more creative. You can produce in other areas of your business to bring in revenue that you can then use for a sales team. And what that means for you, it means you have a team. You have more hands in your business. I'm sure you've heard me say before, you only have two hands. More hands means you get to delegate your client acquiring sales, generating tasks to an experienced team. You only have two hands. But when you bring in someone else, a team, that multiplies your hands. That means that you can produce more, you can touch more, you can bring in more. And it doesn't mean that your two hands has to do it. You have to put your own two hands on it. You let the other hands take care of that. It means you have a team that understands your business needs, your sales objective, and your revenue goals because you work with your team. You direct the team. That's what I go back to what I said earlier. That's where your plan comes in at. You have to sit down and forge out a plan. Your plan is your map for your business. It's your map because you would not necessarily leave home going on a trip without a plan. I mean, you're going to leave and you're going to go from Virginia to California. You haven't put the first thing down. How you going to get there? What you going to pack? Have you purchased your ticket? What's the weather going to be like? What kind of clothes do you need? How much money do you need? What kind of souvenirs you're going to buy? What kind of activities you're going to do? All of that goes into your plan. The same thing with your client acquisition plan that you then hand over to your virtual sales team. You let them know this is the revenue goal we're working on producing. And I say we, because you're going to work right along with getting acquainted and building relationships with your team so that they're working hand in hand with you. They're an extension of your business. And you give them a script. You let them know about you teach them about what you're offering. You let them know what your product is. You let them see it, touch it, feel it, so that they can be as sold out on your business as you are, because your team is your partner. That's a partnership you have developed. And when that thing is working the way it's supposed to, it will relieve so much pressure and so much stress off of you. It will support your life goals, your business goals, and take care of your family. And most of all, what does that mean? That means your business survives, which means you survive. Because if you remember in the beginning of the presentation, I said without clients, your whole business could go away. It could be the demise of your whole business. So, if you'd like to get more information on working with the virtual sales genie, acquiring a virtual sales team, you can reach out to us at 800-845-0737, because it's all about survival in this time. We know that things have changed, and it is not going back to the normal. We will now be working in a new normal. Everything is virtual. A lot of people had to come home who got to keep their jobs. They're working virtually. But we've been working virtually online for years. We had a coach who taught us and who is teaching us how to maneuver these virtual streets, and we do it quite well. And the virtual sales genie knows how to acquire clients, knows how to convert clients, knows how to remove the stress so that you can produce in your business, and you can partner with them for them to help you to produce even more in your business so that you and your business survives. That is the end of my presentation. Does anyone have any questions? And also too, the information that I've shared with you today, it may not be for you, but it may be for someone else that you know. So share this with them and give them the gift of removing stress and anxiety from their business and from their life. Virtual Sales Genie appreciates all referrals. And I say thank you for your time and your attention. Let me check the chat. You stop my share and check the chat. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you, Cherie. Thank you, everybody. Exactly. Pam, exactly. That's exactly why small business owners get burned out, because they have too much on their plates. I agree with you. And I like to call it that they wear so many hats in their business, because when you are an entrepreneur or a business owner or a small business, as they like to call it, I don't like to call them small businesses, because you have a company just like any other company started. You may start out small, but when you start, you create, that's another thing. You create a plan just to be just as big as an Amazon or a Walmart or a CVS or any of those businesses. They started out small. They started out probably as an entrepreneurial project. I mean, Jeff Bezos started with books in his garage. Facebook started in the garage. So start out with the big picture in mind, and then look at each way along the way that you can relieve some of that and delegate it out, giving you more hands in your business, because we wear so many hats. When you're an entrepreneur starting out, you're the accounting department, you're the marketing department, you're the sales department, you are you're the graphics department, you are all of that. Think about if you were piling all those hats on your head. Yeah, you would get burnt out. You would. And you need to be able to try to relieve that burnout. Exactly, compressive, less than 5, and see, less than 500 employees. But right now, small businesses with 10 and 15 and 2 employees are what's holding this economy up. It's what is undergirding this economy right now. Not the 450, not the 300s, but the 10s, the 15, the 20s together doing their part is what is undergirding this economy right now. Going through the chat to see anybody else have any other question. Alicia, I see you talking about getting into voiceovers. You can reach out to me. It's easy. It's not as hard as you think, and it's fun. It's fun, and I'm about all things fun that make money. Let's see. In the second season of my life, that is. Okay, that's all I have. I hope you all have enjoyed it. I will put the number in the chat. I did take it off the screen. And I will, or you all can, let me forget I forgot my number. Introduce our next speaker, who is Miss Shanadra Washington. You all want to introduce her while I promote her on over and give her host controls.
All right, go ahead, Miss Katrina.
You know, I think the Miss Shanadra is going to be awesome. I'm not at my list, so let me get to it to see what she is going to do for tonight. Hey, Miss Shanadra. How are you? How are you?
Hello.
Yes. She is here with us tonight. And Miss Shanadra, I don't have the list. So what are we going to do for you tonight, honey?
Tonight, I am presenting Recession Proof Your Business with global media exposure.
Okay, I am so sorry about that. So, Miss Shanadra, about recession proofing your social media. And she's going to be wonderful. You know, she is good in what she does. She is that expert. So I'm sure you're going to look forward to hearing what she has to say. So, Miss Shanadra, it is on you.
Love them red lips, girl.
Thank you. I missed the memo last night, but I came today.
I believe I gave you host controls.
It's disabled for sharing.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Let me see. All right, hold please. Let me do this. I'm the host now, so let me change. Oh no, let me do this. I know what it is. Let me give you screen controls before I make you the host.
Okay.
Okay, why? Technical difficulty, y'all. This is what happens when you're live. Okay, hold please. I don't see. Let me make you. See if you have share abilities now.
Okay. I could be good. It's kind of spinning.
You do.
Yes?
Yes, you do.
Okay, hold on. I don't know. Okay.
Take it away.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for rocking with us. It's already 10:09 out here in Houston. I consider it a great honor to be here tonight to present my very first telesummit. Tonight, as the screen suggests, First, I'm Sinead Washington, by the way. The screen suggests that I'm going to be presenting recession-proof your business with global media exposure. Guys, I want to just kind of take it back a minute. When we start thinking about our businesses, when we first start them, whether we started from scratch or just trying to expand our existing client base, we think about where are we going to get our customers from? How are we going to get this customer list to grow? How are we going to get ourselves in front of more people for our particular product or service? I want you guys to kind of think outside of your normal realm of social media. One of the things I say in the age that we're in now with algorithms and how different social media platforms kind of keep restraints on how much we can share, it's really imperative that you use all of your channels for your business, especially in sharing when you ask people to share it in your same network, you got like 100 mutual friends. The reality is that you may not get as much impact from the share because a lot of you kind of run in the same circle. So you want to be mindful of that. I want to have you challenge yourself to think of other ways of utilizing and leveraging other platforms, avenues, and sources. In the wake of COVID, guys, we're going digital. Technology is going to be king. You always need to be mindful of that and how you can better utilize and position yourself out here in this digital world. So who do I serve? I serve entrepreneurs who want to get brand visibility by getting in front of potential clients using mainstream media. So we're talking about major television, blogs, newspapers, and influencers. I like to think about this as a ripple effect. So when you think about that, when you're getting outside of your normal realm, people have a tendency to share outside of that. So you begin to get degrees separated from where you were before. You want maximum exposure, and these are other channels to do it outside of your normal social media reach. So what's the problem? Big problem, right? Competition of new businesses. So 99firms.com tells us that there are over 30.2 million businesses in the US. To add to that, there are at least 600K that are added every year. I mean, those are really staggering numbers. So when you think about that in retrospect to yourself, you may be thinking like, oh my gosh, there could be thousands of or hundreds of thousands of businesses that offer some of the same products that I do. How do I stick out? Look at that guy in the middle of the crowd. Kind of reminds me of me. I want to stand out and be against the pack. You may be struggling to do that in what you may think is an oversaturated market or industry. So brand identity. In such times when you are in a competitive market, you may find yourself trying to mimic some of the tasks and some of the tactics, I should say, that people are using to draw attention to their business. That can be helpful, but also can be highly dangerous. You want to be careful not to attach yourself to someone who looks like you. Be intentional about your brand identity. It will take you far. Lack of exposure, which we kind of talked about on the previous slide when we talked about just being in that same realm. Lack of credibility and bio building points. This is actually really, really good. I tell people all the time, you have to kind of be a little bit more than your brand. What else do you have to offer other than the products and services? What will make people gravitate to you in order to buy your products and services? Many instances, once it gets hot and someone who is perceived to be someone of a credible source gets it and says, okay, it's good. What consumers will see is that, okay, well, if this person vouches for it, I may be more inclined to buy from them. So it's very important to build that credibility, and global media coverage can definitely help you do that. Okay, how are you holding up? I just told you all those numbers, all those pain points. That's tough. It's highly frustrating. I can't break through the crowd. How do they see me? I'll tell you this. I've actually bought products and services that were really great. And I got to the end of them and I'm like, okay, I need to re-up. Like I need my refill. Like where they at? I go and look for them. I can't find them. And in the likely scenario that I'm able to meet them or catch up with them later, oh my gosh, I don't sell it anymore. Or I wasn't getting enough traffic, so I had to shut the business down. In many instances, your product is actually shelf ready. It's ready to be on someone's shelf, but you just can't get in front of enough people. That's highly frustrating. So enough of the back talk. Who am I? Again, I present to you Sinead Washington. That's me. I have a 12-year corporate career. I'm still in that career now as well. I've had a lot of operational tasks from group retirement services, data management, project management, know your customer, anti-money laundering, quality assurance, and risk management. Lots of fancy titles, but in a nutshell, what that means is that I'm highly adaptable and I've been conditioned to wear many hats. That's really what all it means. I've managed global teams. I've had resources in New York, Manila, Philippines, London. I've shared resources in Canada and Australia and other remote parts of the world. Uh, the biggest learning ground ever is people, right? And that's always been something I've been very grateful to work with people all over the world. I've been a corporate brand ambassador, and I was even followed for an entire day with a camera like a celebrity, and I got featured on a global career website. And what was most important about that particular experience was, although I was representing a corporation as their brand ambassador, I used my own tool set to set me apart from everyone else who was doing it. Even today, around the office, my video is the most talked about, most viewed, and most liked on that particular corporate website. So I'm very proud of that. What's very near and dear to my heart is that I'm a diversity and inclusion advocate. I sit on many boards, many panels. I'm actually a part of one right now. They are doing some groundbreaking work. There will always be a big part of me, and I will probably work for that until the Lord calls me home. I've been featured in various newsletters, and most importantly, and I'm very proud of this last accomplishment, I am now a co-host on the Build Your Online Business show, which is on this very platform. So that's good that you kind of know like what I've done and what I'm doing, but what does that translate into for you? What makes me qualified to help you? Rule number one, and this is always going to be facts. I'm passionate for helping business owners, especially women and women of color who struggle to tell their story via social media. Now, people always come to me telling me stuff. I'm like, if you can tell me this, you can hit that live button, you can hit that okay button and get out there and tell people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are more alike than we are different. I stress that all the time. Get up, tell your story. It's powerful. Two, I've identified and submitted media coverage opportunities for myself. Actually, this morning I just got a call. I did a piece about working remotely and performance reviews, and someone called today to verify my LinkedIn, and they also asked me some more questions about my content. So hopefully I've made it to another round and hopefully get some more publications out there. I'm super proud of that. And I have been afforded the opportunity to work on this very brand with Danielle Winningham and her various brands on public relations. And just in the last 2 weeks, I've identified at least 15 different sources for her, especially around her new brand of Central Global. She's featured in over 100 publications. Huge client, and definitely, hey, I love it. It's great. It's been a great learning experience for me, and it definitely is building my client profile and getting me ready to serve y'all. How have I changed clients' lives in the past? Hey, this is the work here, right? So what are the results like? Number one, increase self-awareness. This is huge with me. I tell people all the time, stay self-aware. You know what I'm saying? Be open to constructive feedback. Get what you need. Know where you're weak. Know where you're strong. That stuff, if you don't get a hold of it, will muddy you up, and that will translate into your business. We don't want that. You know, we want you to be clear, and we want you to be focused so that when you go in to handle your business affairs, that you are clear and focused. I like this one. I've initiated several conversations to create a safe space. I believe that people should be themselves. They deserved it. That's who they were created to be. It took me a long time to be there and be okay with who I am. So I facilitated several conversations, so much to where most of my clients literally feel like family. Enhance the ability to share story and accomplishments organically. Let's kind of break that down a little bit. In the corporate space, I've dealt with tons of reviews, right? I will sit there and I will watch a top performer break their back. I'm talking about 60 plus hours, 3-4 projects. They even had some leadership tasks. And when I would get to their performance review, I would see 4 lines. I say, wait a minute. This all you can write about yourself? No. We have to change this. You need to learn how to write about your accomplishments. You don't have to feel like you boast and brag, and there is an art to do that. I'm pretty much a master at it. And that's what I taught them to do. We're gonna teach you how to share your stories and accomplishments in a way that's natural. If you do it more and more often, it won't feel like you boasting or bragging. You just have to know it's all wordplay. Identified opportunities for exposure, which we've covered that. And I've partnered with clients to set the stage. What that means is that it goes back to point two. In my quest to create these safe spaces, sometimes when people have to go out of my bubble with them, they go back into their shell. So what happens, they'll say like, hey, I got this to do. Do you mind just listening in on the call? Do you mind being in the room with me? And of course I do. If the other party is okay with that, I'm always happy to be that safe haven to kind of get them out of that bubble and go into the world, because everybody knows can create that atmosphere. They just ain't me, right? So the glow up, y'all. First off, before we get into the slide, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. That is the very first of my memories of a person I was a fan of, with the floor to ceiling posters. I mean, a master of the mind. They even termed his mindset the Mamba mentality. I'm still trying to float in it. Rest in peace, King Kobe Bryant. But anyway, as we talk about the glow up, how do you help identify these media opportunities? What happens is that these things are coming in a lot. Like they come in daily, multiple times a day. And the problem is that they all have different formats. They all have different guidelines. Like one may want a bio, one may want a video, one may want several links. So because of that, it does get a little bit tricky on how to keep up with that, how to get the information out, and how to be successful. Because this is like a muscle, right? You're not going to just drop one particular article out there or one particular response and just automatically say, I'm going to be featured. The more times your hands are in the pot, the better chance you have of actually being featured, and then you're building, these connections. So if it's good enough, they may even say, like, you've done such a good job. I want to talk to you first. I want to offer you this opportunity before we even put it out to the general public. So that's what I would pretty much help you do. I would help you identify those media opportunities as I see them. And of course, as I grow, your access to those opportunities will definitely be there. So look, you have a choice. At the end of the day, that's what life is, it's choice, right? You can get help or you can't, or you don't choose to. So with the help, essentially, I will present these opportunities to you in more of a tailored format, to where it's a little bit easier for you to kind of follow along. I will say this, like sometimes the deadlines are really tight. You may, for example, there was one today that I really wanted to do. I found out about it at 8 o'clock, but they wanted the information by 10 o'clock a.m. So really within a 2-hour window. And I kind of have some bare bones as to some stuff I can kind of pick out, but this one was a little bit different, and I would have not properly answered the questions had I used my previous content, so I missed it. So with that, you need another eye out there, because some of the deadlines are so tight. Because of that, it will be a little bit tedious. So if you get the help, you will have time for more areas in your business that may need your attention. Without help, I just told you those numbers, those staggering numbers. You're going to get lost in the digital media space. It's hard. It's hard to break those barriers with the digital media space. It's a combination of this and marketing. You do have to get crafty on how to keep yourself, one, prominent, and two, out there in these streets getting this bread, basically. Without the help, you would also too have reduced visibility on media opportunities. I just explained how intense it can be with kind of cycling through. You want a second eye out. Like, even if you are doing it for yourself, why not have somebody else backing you up and helping you with that? And that's where I would come into play. Okay, so what are your opportunities for connecting with me? This is the link to my calendar. It's bit.ly/media call 2020. And some of the things that I'll be offering is the media service, partly what we talked about. And right now, it's be starting off with a membership where it's pretty much done with you, meaning I am, hey, look, here's something, you go out there and do it. Here's the deadline, you have 2 hours to do it. I will continuously feed that to you, but you will be responsible for submitting it and doing all of that. And then I'll have some upgrade services where I will do some of that with a submission, and then some courses about how to write that. Also, you may say, I may need additional help. I'm not a good writer. We'll have some other things and templates that can help you. I want to say this, like, I do find that people need to work that muscle with writing. If you can't write about yourself, listen, you're going to have a hard time writing about your brand, and that's period. I'll give you an example. If somebody said, okay, just write something right now, write an article about your day, and most people may say like, okay, I woke up feeling good. Today will be a good day. If I was on the other side of that, I would scroll right past it, baby. That's not telling me nothing. That's just really a bare statement, right? So why not say, I woke up feeling invigorated in the expectation that I will master the day. I forecasted my days to include seeds of positivity and portion of self-reflection in all efforts to have a wonderful day. Y'all see that sauce? That's sauce. And that is the sauce that you need to write about your business. It's going to take a little bit more. It's going to take a little bit of massaging. And those are the kind of things that we work with when we partner with these particular influencers or bloggers. I mean, because at the end of the day, they're going to put out there what you say. I mean, if they accept it, which they may not because it's so bare bones, but you have to understand, is that how you want people to read your business? I wouldn't be excited. So if you don't get that feeling, when I read that statement, I felt that. Yeah, I know y'all did too. So that's what it's about. Maybe you're saying, okay, I don't necessarily need media service, or I'm just not ready for it now. You may just want to come behind the scenes and see how this thing is playing out, see how a small business is starting to form. I am going to have an affiliate and an ambassador program, and also be asking for volunteers. Listen, sharing is caring. Come on over. I will welcome you in with open arms to allow you to help on whatever I have available for you help for. You also, too, can use the same link, bit.ly/media call 2020. I'm going to open up for questions. If anybody has any, just a moment. Let me see the comments. Okay, ladies. Unfortunately, my chat screen is just like kind of loading. I mean, it's like spinning around a little window. So, if any of the hosts see any questions, I am more than happy to answer those.
I don't see any questions in the chat, but
okay.
I tell you what I do see.
What you see, girl?
Everybody said, girl, you are rocking your first presentation.
Y'all, let me tell y'all, this has been a process, and that process was gonna separate me from anybody else. You're gonna find out that is this right here working this muscle.
Yeah, you did.
Call me, y'all. bit.ly/media call. We can link up and we can talk about this. And you can feel this good standing right here doing the same thing without no fear. You can do the same thing. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Girl, you did that. You did that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Hold on for a second, please. Our next speaker coming up is Tisha Marie Johnson. She'll be here in just a second. Now let me let Katrina back in because I took her out. Try now, Katrina. There you go.
Oh, you don't want me back up in here. That is not fair. Stop playing. Okay. All right. See, you know what? You did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
And even though I messed up your intro, I'm going to give you a great exit. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Because who doesn't need brand and, help with their branding? Right. Who doesn't? We all need, especially me, I'm not no good at that. So I need all the help that I can get. Right. And as Coach says, if you don't have the experience, guess what? You need to get someone that can help you. You need to get someone that can help you get through those challenges that you're not good at. So that means that you got to pay someone, and that's investing in yourself.
That's right.
Right? So everyone has to remember that. When you're not talking about this cost too much, how are you going to elevate your business? How are you going to be able to take it to the next level if you're not getting what you need? So, Miss Yandra, you did a great job, girl. And everybody, this is the lady to help you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shanadra.
She was awesome. I was just like, just grinning ear to ear. Just so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I really am. It's a blessing.
All right, we're gonna bring up our next guest,
Oh.
our next dynamic lady. She's gonna talk to y'all about something that's near and dear to my heart, my love life. Y'all know y'all want a love life. Chinadra, can you come back in and stop your screen share?
Oh, okay. There we go.
There we go. Ooh, there's the love lady. We all need some love.
Sorry, I had to say hey to Tisha. Hey,
Hey,
Tisha.
y'all. Look, I'm so proud. That's my new boo thing, Shanadra. She rocked that stage. Oh my God, I gotta call her myself.
Okay.
Me too.
You did phenomenal. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Listen,
So
all of
good.
the ladies, Miss Rose, you put it down. And Cherie, as always, and the GOAT coach, she make you say and oh my God and ouch all at the same time. It's been an incredible night. I'm so excited. Thank you for welcoming me to the platform.
You are
It's
welcome.
about Sissy Verlin and Miss Katrina holding it down on the pink carpet. Y'all better go.
I know it. See if you have share abilities before we jump on out of here and let you do your thing.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Take it away, love lady.
Hey, you guys, has this not been phenomenal? I'm so excited to be here again. Thanks and shout out to the most amazing coach on the planet, Coach Danielle Winningham. I truly appreciate the opportunity and so grateful for just all that she's imparting into us and believing in us and helping us and kicking us when we needed to be kicked and all that good stuff. But I'm excited to be here. And listen, it's been a phenomenal event. If this is your first night, then you don't want to miss a moment. Make sure you go to blackgirlprofits.com so you can get your ticket. Make sure you get in the VIP sessions, as well as you want to be, as we call it, the boom boom room. You want to be in the Zoom room so that you can get all the extra special nuggets. So, I want to bring just a little spice to the stage tonight. And I'm really honored to be here. Truly, I am. So let me share my screen. And we're going to talk about recession proofing your relationship. So it is time for you to invest into a healthy love relationship. Now, I know you thought, oh, I'm just waiting for love to come. Oh my goodness, love is gonna find me. Or you seen the commercials around February where the Cupid shoots his arrow and then yeah, it don't work like that, y'all. You got to do something. So are you the person who has success in every other area of your life but relationship? You got the career going on. You got your finances going on. You know, you are just at the top of your game, and yet your love life sucks. I know how that feels. So, guess who has control over that? I know you think, oh, I didn't meet the right person. Oh, who I thought was the right person, they left me. And no, you are the only person that has control over that. It is what you say. So if you say that you can have a beautiful, wonderful, incredible love relationship, then you're absolutely right. And if you say that you can, if you say, you know, all men are dogs, if you say love sucks, if you say marriage is for the birds, then that's what you're going to have. It's going to be all that and then some. But guess what? You don't have to be without the relationship that you desire. Now, that's just real talk. I need you to stop settling for being single. I need you to stop listening to those voices. Yeah, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's people that I consider in the other category. I need you to stop listening to them. Stop letting them talk you out of the relationship that you want, need, and even desire for your life. Stop settling for single. So who is this for? It's for anyone who's unmarried. Because listen, if you're in a relationship, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to deal with that part of your life. So please be unmarried. Please be single. Please be single again, aka is what I call divorced. And if you're just the person who is tired of the madness, you tired of the games, you tired of the fakes, tired of the phonies, you tired of the counterfeits, then I'm talking to you tonight. So why should you listen to me? Because you have settled for being single and alone by yourself. Listen, every Friday night, you are wondering what your girlfriend's doing, and some of them are in relationships and they ain't even taking your phone calls. So, yeah, I'm talking to you. You really truly want to be booed up, even if you don't want the relationship that necessarily leads to marriage or serious deep commitment. You can have a relationship that's fulfilling wherever it is you desire to be. Maybe you do desire to be married or married again. It really is okay. If you desire a quality, loving, long lasting relationship, then I need you to keep on listening. And listen, if you got yours together, I'm so happy. But you need to be sharing this right now with somebody who is struggling, somebody who is doing the most, somebody who needs to hear this information. And listen, stay so you can contribute to the conversation tonight. So, what has caused this situation? Well, the fact that you've been in a relationship that ended, or you're sick and tired of experiencing the same kinds of cycles in relationships, I understand. It causes you to be indifferent. You can be cynical. It also causes you to be tense, on edge, and stressed out. And guess what? You're irritating when you're all of that. I know you like, did the lady just call me irritating? Yes, I did. I called you irritating. Y'all have seen that person. You know it's because somebody broke their heart. The reason why they're mad at the world, they snap at you. I mean, it's just really crazy. You have to say, "Come here. You need a hug. Can I help you in some kind of way?" But you know, it usually leads back to some relationship that didn't quite work out. So I'm gonna need you to stop it. Who am I? I'm Tisha Marie Johnson, relationship coach, Amazon bestselling author, CEO of Your Love of a Lifetime, helping you manifest true and lasting love. Listen, I'm an ordained elder, founder of Well Women Global Ministries. I don't say any of that to impress you, but I just want you to know that I got a little bit life experience and exposure to a whole lot of hurt and pain. I have gone through the hurt, the pain, the guilt, the shame. But guess what? It doesn't make me, because I still believe in love and I still believe in the covenant of marriage. But you can only get to that point when you take the time to heal. Do we have any people in the audience that know and understand that you have to heal? Otherwise, you'll continue to draw someone to you that's broken. When your heart is broken, yeah, you're not thinking right. You're not acting in the way you really could, but you gotta heal so that you can love again. So why is it that I want to help you? I mean, what do I know about that process? Well, listen, I know the pain. I've been married. And some of you know my marital experience. You know, I encourage you to get the book if you really, really want to know. But suffice it to say, I've been married and divorced. So I know what that feels like. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like to have to start your life all over again because you've been hurt, because you've been divorced, because you have to start your life all over again. I understand. I know what that feels like. On more than one occasion, might I add. I understand the stigma. You know, when you get to a point in life, people just expect, if you have the rest of your life together, well, what is it about you, or what is it with you that you don't have the relationship that you desire? Listen, I've even felt the stress. Some of y'all stressing already because you're about to go to somebody's Thanksgiving, something or another, or, you know, the holiday office parties, and you're going to be there alone. But I understand that because I felt that stress. You do not want to go to the next family reunion, the next family function, because you don't want anybody to ask you about either the last relationship that you had, the one that they knew about, or you don't want them to ask you, well, girl, when you gonna get it together? When are you gonna find you somebody? Or, now I know some people that have done this. You don't tell nobody that you broke up. You still faking the front like y'all still together, but you really don't want to put yourself in that situation to have to honestly answer those questions. So yeah, I understand the stress of all that. But guess what? More than that, I know that you don't even want to be in this situation. You trying to fake it till you make it. You trying to act like your life is lovely, and you know behind closed doors you crying tears. You mad at the world. You sitting up eating bonbons and looking at next Netflix, trying to chill with yourself. You so miserable, even the dog don't want to spend time with you. Come on. Listen. I understand that pain. I understand what that feels like. Listen, I work from women from all walks of life. I've helped them to reveal the pain. I've helped them to reveal the source of the thing that's causing them to be stuck. I help them to heal from heartache and heartbreak so that you can finally move on and get the things that you desire in life. Listen, your heart and your head are connected. So suffice it to say that when your heart is broken, you're really not taking advantage of all of the opportunities that are available for you. You are not fully living the life that you were created to live because you're stuck in this pain. You are, what I say, prisoner to the pain of your past. And you don't have to be. I know it hurts. I've been there. I know what it looked like to break up again and go from the couch to work, back home to the couch, crying, miserable, aching. I understand. But you got to let that stuff go. Now, I'm not saying that it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, ABC, because sometimes it isn't. But you don't know what you don't know. And I need you to understand that you've got to reveal that pain. You've got to heal from that heartache so that you can have the love you need, you want, and you desire. Are you ready to be in relationship with the right man? Yeah, I got a couple images before you. That might not be your cup of tea. You might like the man that's suited and booted. That's okay. You might not like a man with facial hair. It's okay too. You might like the tall man. You might like the short man. You might like the man with plenty of money. You might like the man that's hardworking. Whatever it is that you like, whatever it is that you want, as long as it's the right man, you can have it. Because guess what? I know you're sick of the wrong one because you're by yourself. Or you in a piece of a relationship trying to fake and front like it's all that. And you know it's not. So are you ready to be in a relationship with the right man? I want to help you manifest the love that you always dreamed of. Listen, from a little girl, I knew very early. I wasn't even in school yet. I knew very early I wanted to be a mother and a wife. And the other thing, I knew I wanted to do something for God. Well, I've been a wife, not one now, not in the physical, tangible sense, but I am a wife. So you got to know I am a wife. I just don't have a husband right now. How about that? I want to help you manifest that, no matter how long you've waited. I want to help you recognize the pitfalls. I want to help you see those red flags and really know what to do when you see them. I want to show you how beautiful and wonderful it can be when you finally get in that beautiful, mutually beneficially satisfying and loving relationship with the right man. He exists, y'all. Can I tell somebody he does exist? He's out there. He's waiting for you. Okay, so let me just say, let me do a sidebar. I really hadn't planned to save this, but let me just tell you how I can be for sure the right man is out there. Several years ago, I was not even at home. I was working at my job. Some of you heard this story, so act like you never heard it before. I was working a detail in Texas. Woohoo, Texas. I love Texas. That's like the second place I love to be ever. So I was in Texas and I said, this particular summer, because I spent the summer, I spent like 5 months there. I said, I got to do some things that I haven't done before. One of the things was I was like, okay, I'm not in the market right this moment for a new car, but I know the power of visualizing what you want. So I said, let me go to the dealership and let me go test drive. My all-time favorite dream car is a BMW. I don't know why I don't have one. Don't ask me why I don't have one right now, but I will. I chose or drove or ended up with a different car. Nonetheless, I said, let me go drive this BMW and just get a feel what the German engineering feels like. What does it feel like with that soft leather? What does it sound like when I'm rolling down the road with the windows down and the sunroof open? What does it feel like? And it was a great experience. Do you know, after I left from driving that car, everywhere I looked, I saw BMWs. But guess what? They were always there. I just hadn't set my sights on one. So I'm telling you that you are probably around the right man or a right man, because there is not just one soulmate for you on planet Earth. but you're surrounded by good men. Now, of course, you got to find the right man, the one that's right for you. But he could be right in front of you, but because you stuck in the pain of your past, you can't see him. So what will happen if you don't work with us? What is it that you're risking? You will continue to experience life as it is by yourself, telling yourself it's okay, I'm all right, it's gonna be fine. Or you'll stay stuck dealing with the wrong man, or even worse, you'll stay settling in a relationship that you know is not what you want, need, and desire, that you know is not God's best plan for your life. You'll stay stuck in that relationship just to be able to say you're in a relationship. But guess what? You need help, because if you could have done it by now, you would have done it by now. Don't let that be you. So listen, what are we offering? We're offering weekly discussions in a private Facebook group. We have monthly live trainings and Q&As, a book of the month. We're doing monthly virtual girls' night out or virtual fun night, which doesn't necessarily mean that it'll just be the ladies, because I gotta, I got some powerful men around me. So we're going to have some fun nights out. You're also going to have discounts on monthly master classes, yearly conferences, promotional gear, volunteer opportunities. It'll be amazing sisterhood and community. Just look over the era. And also you'll have an opportunity to be an affiliate. So what am I offering? We have the Love Ambassadors Master Relationship Coaching Program that's available for you. Also, the Manifest the Right Man Mentorship, which is a 12-month course to help you get in position in every area of your life so that you can manifest the right man. And also the Your Love of a Lifetime membership, which is what I have a very special offer for you today. I'm offering you an opportunity to join the membership community. Cannot get the words out straight. Forgive me. For just $49 a month. Listen, you don't want to miss out. It's going to be loads of fun. So you would need to go to bit.ly/Love Retreat 20 if you want to be a part of the membership. And that is a discount because that is not the regular cost to be in the membership. So whether you want to make a high investment in your relationship development, your relationship journey by becoming a love ambassador and getting a certificate in relationship coaching, or if you want to manifest the right man, so you want to be in a course that's solely specifically for you, developing you and getting in position for the love of your lifetime, then you can do that. And if maybe a higher investment is not what you're looking for at this time, but for the cost of a cup of coffee a few times a week, you want to be in a membership community where we'll have loads of fun. It's going to be fun. Listen, you can ask the ladies that were part of the vision board party that we had a couple weeks ago. It was a blast, and it's going to be fun just like that, because I believe in having fun. bit.ly/Love Retreat 20. So listen, go sign up if the membership community partnership, sisterhood is what you're looking for. We would love to have you, or you can contact me directly, yourloveofalifetime@gmail.com. If you want to schedule a call with me to discuss how we can move forward in another opportunity that we have. So listen, I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm excited about helping you manifest true and lasting love. And, you don't want to miss out on it. I know we are just about, if we're just about through the end of the year. And it was, I know quarantine was a little rough for some, whether you were in or outside of a relationship. But maybe you want to position yourself so you don't go through the same madness you've been through. You don't deal with the same rigmarole that you've been through before. Maybe you're tired of dating the same kind of person. He looked different. He got a different name, but it's the same kind of person. Believe me, I understand what that's like. So if that's you, if you want to experience true and lasting love, then listen, I want you to be a part of our community. I want you to come so that you can get in position to receive, get in position so that you'll have, get in position so that you can manifest the love of your life, what your heart has desired. Any questions? I don't see any in the chat over here. Let me look on Facebook. D said it was so much fun. Thank you, D. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, ladies.
I told y'all she was the love lady.
Aw.
Okay.
Sure is. Excuse me.
Made some great points because he has a different name, different
I
face.
caught that one too.
Yes.
Yes, different name, same tactics though.
Same, different
same,
name.
same.
Look different, but he walked the same.
Talk the same.
Treat you the same, all that.
Absolutely.
That same swagger you like.
Yeah. And I sometimes, wonder, being divorced and single now as well, is that, it's like finding that needle in a haystack. They're there. And, also when you had that one of your speakers at your telesummit, and he was talking about that, he was talking about all these gentlemen, I'm going to say gentlemen, that, that, you are looking for that gentleman that's all fly, that has the six packs and everything. And that guy, that you're bypassing him because of the persona of what we're told to look for, right? So sometimes, and then also too, that one that you're looking for, he's same way, just on a lower scale, so you have to truly be careful. But I'm a firm believer and in that my gentleman is out there, right? You never give up, but you have standards, I say.
Yeah,
about what you
definitely
want.
Don't settle,
Okay.
Don't settle for single and don't settle for a relationship. Because you
Absolutely.
deserve so much more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I say, next, who's so till that one that's right comes along,
Yeah.
Right.
You deserve the love of a lifetime. You just have to figure out what you want, and stop sweeping things from the past under the rug. You gotta lift the rug and sweep it out and get rid of it, and then put the rug back down so it don't have a lump in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katrina mentioned something key too, is that you have this list of things that you want him to be. But when you have that list, two things with the list. You got to have a list, but you got to be willing to receive the things that you don't know that you need. The other thing about the list, though, is you can expect him. You want him to have a 800 credit score, but yours is 325. What are you bringing to the table? Now, I don't talk about the table a lot, but if we're gonna have a conversation about the table, you want him to bring something to the table. You got to make sure that you're bringing just as much to the table.
Absolutely.
He may not want it. You know, a high quality man is not going to require you to do a whole bunch of stuff that you've had to do as a single woman.
Mhm.
But don't come to the table with nothing.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I
You know, it's on both levels, right? It's what you bringing to the table and what can he enhance you with, and what is he coming to the table and what can well, it should be you enhance him
Right.
with and he enhance you with, right? So
Absolutely.
that's what that is. It's not one-sided. A lot of times people want this and, you know, they're not taking into consideration about the other person.
Yep.
So I'm totally in agreement.
Awesome.
I often say all the things that you say you want, are you those things yourself?
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're not,
Absolutely.
then the work continues.
Absolutely. And you do have to work on yourself too. And I always say, you know, even for me, this is my time to what? Improve me.
Yeah.
So with anyone else, instead of you running and accepting, improve yourself. So when that right guy do come along, right?
Exactly.
You're all right.
Well,
But it's always work all the way around.
Tisha, love is always in style.
It is.
Love is always bling. Always. Always. So I think you did an excellent job. And I think you may have convicted some hearts out here tonight because they are realizing that they've been wanting and looking for something, or they may be in something that's not serving them, you know, and it might be the time that their heart is convicted that they may
Right.
let that go and do the work.
Well, I truly hope so because, you know, people make excuses why they can't have certain things. But listen, if you could do it, it'd already be done. So get some help. I'm a big proponent for getting the help you need in whatever area that is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, Tisha, you want to close us out? Because here we are, y'all. We've come to the end of the road.
I was gonna sing a song, but I won't. All right, y'all. Listen.
You know it popped in my head, right?
Absolutely. So this night has been incredible. Listen, it's just getting started. You guys need to join us, but more importantly, go to blackgirlprofits.com, so you can register, get in the Zoom room. Hey y'all, we see y'all. Get in the Zoom room, the boom boom room, aka come on, be a part of the private VIP sessions. You don't want to miss what Coach is going to be putting down Sunday and Monday. Is going to be phenomenal. And especially, you know, we're talking about different areas of your life, but especially as it relates to your love life. Listen, I believe in the whole healed woman. That includes your finances being healed and whole emotionally, you know, whatever area that you're lacking. Listen, we probably got somebody to help you. Miss Verlin with the fear, and Miss Katrina is in real estate, and Rose got you in business. So and these are just a few of the ladies that are part of the community. So come on back and join us for the rest of this wealth planning retreat. Yes, it's virtual, but you don't want to miss the VIP session so you can get what you need so that your 2021 will be off to an amazing start. So I love you guys. Have a great and awesome night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you all for coming. You don't have to go home, but you know, gotta
You gotta go somewhere.
gotta get out of here.
That's right.
Okay.